times if you're trying to get away on the final weekend before Christmas. We're tracking BC ferry sailings a day after wind forced widespread cancellations. Also, a flooding nightmare appears to be over for Abbotsford. This as we get a clearer view of the damage already done.
I get goosebumps when I tell you that, man.
And some big star power comes out to help the Vancouver Food Bank. Why Michael Bublé is lending a helping hand. Coming up. Well, good morning, everyone. It's Friday, December 19th. Welcome to Your Morning Vancouver. I'm Carrie Adams. Well, today is shaping up to be one of the busiest holiday travel days on the water, with BC ferries warning sailings are filling up quickly. Add in lingering weather concerns, and passengers are being urged to plan ahead and expect delays.
How can we keep our customers, our crew, our vessels safe, and making those decisions kind of dynamically depending on, what the wind, the wave and sea conditions are doing in real time, and making sure that travel only proceeds when it's safe to do so.
BC Ferries Holiday Travel Outlook predicts that today will be busy for most of the day for sailings out of Tsawwassen toward Vancouver Island and the Sunshine Coast. Yesterday, strong winds caused delays and cancellations, and while conditions are improving, Environment Canada says there could still be pockets of unsettled weather that affects operations. Travelers without reservations are being advised to consider off-peak sailings, check service notices frequently, and pack essentials in case waits stretch longer than expected. Well, Abbotsford residents are waking up a bit easier this morning. The city has officially lifted all remaining evacuation alerts triggered by widespread flooding. According to the Emergency Operations Centre, more than 470 evacuation alerts have now been stood down after local conditions improved. This comes after flooding triggered by a week of heavy rainfall damaged homes, farmland, and businesses in the Sumas Prairie.
I'm grateful to share that with conditions improving, we have now lifted the last remaining evacuation alerts for Sumas Prairie.
Today, we are very happy to say that with the levels in both the Sumas River and Nooksack River continuing to decrease, and with the flood warning now over, we are rescinding all remaining evacuation alerts as we move from flood response towards recovery.
The city says it will now shift its focus to recovery efforts and repairing roads and infrastructure. Meanwhile, cleanup is underway at Castle Fun Park near Whatcom Road. The amusement center was also hit hard by major flooding back in 2021. At the peak of last week's flood, the facility was surrounded by water, which also seeped into the basement. That's where it caused significant damage to the aptly named underwater mini golf course. Staff hope to have some of the park operational for the week between Christmas and New Year's. An Australian man has been sentenced to prison over the murder of his ex-partner, a BC woman. According to the Australian Broadcast Corporation, Danny Zayat will spend the next 24 years in jail and won't be eligible for parole for 18 years. He had been found guilty of murder in the death of Tatiana Dohatara in 2023. She was from the Surrey area. The judge in the trial said evidence showed that Zayat was pathologically jealous after she left him and fixated on preventing her from starting a new relationship with another man. Well, after years of denial, a convicted killer has finally tearfully apologized to the family of slain Abbotsford mother Chelsea Gauthier. But Gary Loesch told court what happened was an accident. At his sentencing hearing yesterday, the 70-year-old described Gauthier as a friend, saying, quote, "It was a horrible accident that happened and I'm just very sorry." Gauthier was killed in 2017. Her partially clothed body was found in a remote forested area near Mission, where she had gone with Loesch to help tend to his marijuana grow-ops. Loesch was earlier convicted of manslaughter. The judge sentenced him to 12 years in prison, though he will be given credit for the equivalent of about 3.5 years for time already served.
This is going to be a great Christmas knowing that he's not walking around. He can't hurt my kids. He can't hurt my family. And in knowing that, I can be a little bit more stress-free from at least him.
In sentencing, the judge said Loesch had lived a life of crime and had shown little inclination to rehabilitate himself. Well, shots rang out in Abbotsford in what police are calling an extortion-related shooting. At around 10:30 Wednesday, Abbotsford police responded to reports of gunshots at a business along King Road. When police arrived, they say officers were able to relay the suspect's vehicle description. While responding, Abbey PD says a member from the Lower Mainland Integrated Police Dog Service alerted gang crime unit officers to a vehicle matching the suspect description, which was traveling eastbound on Highway 1 near Watcombe Road. According to the report, the driver was arrested without incident. Police in Burnaby are asking the public to help identify 3 package thieves. The suspects pulled up to a home in South Burnaby in a dark SUV around noon on December 1st. Video from the scene shows 2 women approaching the front door and grabbing a large package from the porch. In a message to the suspects, Mountie said, "A good way to get off Santa's naughty list would be to turn yourselves in before our investigators catch up with you." Meanwhile, holiday shoppers in North Vancouver were met with a Grinch yesterday. RCMP say some employees at Capilano Mall were injured after being bear sprayed. The suspects fled the scene. Anyone with information is asked to reach out. Well, a business in Maple Ridge is left to clean up the pieces this morning after fire broke out inside. The city says fire crews responded to this building on 232nd and 128th Avenue just after midnight Thursday. All 9 people inside were able to get out safely. Crews say about 33 firefighters and personnel worked through challenging conditions overnight and were able to get the blaze under control at around 5 a.m. The cause is now under investigation. Well, turning to sports now, the Vancouver Canucks are looking for 3 wins in a row tonight. They will be taking on their former captain, Bo Horvat, and the New York Islanders. This is Canucks' 3rd game of a 5-game road trip, and it's been nothing but successful for Vancouver, picking up wins against New Jersey and the New York Rangers. Puck drop from the Big Apple is at 4 p.m. Well, the Greater Vancouver Food Bank is feeling good after getting some support from a local celebrity.
I feel very lucky that I could come and use my, platform and to be able to share what a wonderful place this is.
Michael Bublé stopped by the East Vancouver warehouse yesterday to lend a helping hand. It was all in support of the Food Bank Seniors Program, which helps distribute essential food packs to local seniors. Bublé describes his visit as very emotional, and while it was his first, he insists it will not be his last. Way to go, Michael Bublé, getting out in the community and doing some really good at this time of year.
He's always such a great ambassador for Vancouver, Canada, but Vancouver area especially.
Yep.
Yeah, love to see win celebrity.
Great guy from Burnaby.
Exactly, Burnaby boy, yes.
Yep.
Love to see when these celebrities who don't have to give back, they do. Love to see that. Good for you, Michael Bublé. All right, CTV weather is brought to you by Craftsman Collision, BC's leader in auto body repair. Right now, it's cold out there, friends. 2 degrees, clear skies, though. I saw my breath as I was coming into work this morning. Wow, yes, it's December. And we're going to have a pretty clear commute to work, unlike most of this week. We're going to see some clearing late morning, maybe just a flicker of sunshine, just a flicker, because the rain returns. Then we've got sort of a mixed bag today, a little bit of rain, a little bit of clearing, but then another system moves in, bringing in more rainfall, and that will last throughout the weekend. As for your day planner, again, some sun, some showers, some clouds, a little bit of everything today. Happy Friday, and 7 degrees. And here's your Christmas forecast. Are we getting a white Christmas? Not likely in Vancouver. Here's a look at all of that. Yes, ho, ho, ho. We love these Christmas boards. And Santa's list for Christmas. The temperature will be nice, as you saw, above seasonal temperatures. Precipitation, naughty, very rainy, and the winds, naughty, it's going to be windy. But for those of you asking if we're going to have a white Christmas, well, you better ask Santa for an umbrella because you're going to need it, right, Carrie?
Yeah, okay, well, we'll check in with Santa. Word on the street is that Santa may be dropping by later on today.
Do I have to give him back his hat?
Well, I think he'll probably have his own. I think he's got a few of those. We've asked him to come. we'll see if he can find the time. So,
have we been naughty or nice this year, Carrie? Is he going to come?
We've been incredibly naughty. I mean, nice.
Yeah, nice.
Yes,
nice.
We deserve Santa's visit. Okay, thanks, Caroline. We'll talk to you later. Well, we're learning more this morning about just how social media and influencer misinformation is impacting BC teens.
Try to stay away from any body-based comments. Even compliments can be triggering for someone.
Still to come, the new SFU study on disordered eating, which kids are most at risk, and some potential solutions. We'll have that still to come. But first,
blood test and leukemia shows up right away.
We talked to a 5-year-old boy who has to spend Christmas in hospital. More on the special team helping kids face critical illness during the holidays. Stay with us. Welcome back, everyone. Our ability to understand the weather impacting Canada is about to take a big hit, and it's thanks to the shutdown of a research facility south of the border. CTV's Andrew Johnson explains why climate scientists are sounding the alarm.
When it comes to studying climate change or predicting fires and floods, Canadian scientists say research coming out of this giant lab in Colorado is the best in the world.
It is number one, without doubt. It is the most important global resource for understanding climate in the atmosphere.
That's why Canadian experts are calling a new move from the Trump administration devastating and destructive. A top Trump official says the National Center for Atmospheric Research, or NCAR, will be dismantled, accusing it of being one of the country's largest sources of climate alarmism.
The loss of NCAR would be quite devastating for not only the scientific community, but really the everyday person.
We're going to be less able to deal with some of the changes we see in climate going down the road into the future.
More than 800 people work at NCAR, and experts believe the closure could also create an opportunity for Canada when U.S. climate scientists look for work elsewhere.
Maybe Canada will welcome some of them, and many of them will end up in Europe.
If there's anything, to be said about unfortunately the lack of climate leadership from the U.S., it's that perhaps it's time for also Canada to step up in this regard.
She points to the newly announced $1.7 billion in federal funding to attract global talent as a step in the right direction, turning America's loss into Canada's gain. Andrew Johnson, CTV News, Vancouver.
Well, there are a lot of kids who won't be home for Christmas, with some having to spend it at Children's Hospital. But thanks to an innovative program, these little patients can still have fun. CTV's Sinjan Alexander explains.
First, we take this guy off.
Yep, good job.
The edgies.
When we first met Ashley, Stacia, and young Jasper, they were busy prepping a patient for some pretty important procedure.
Clean it.
Clean it, okay. Clean, clean, clean.
But they didn't seem to mind the company.
Hi, Jasper.
Hi.
The 5-year-old knows all these treatments well because they're exactly what he's getting here at BC Children's Hospital.
More means better.
Yep, that's right.
When he came home from preschool one day, he wasn't doing well. Wouldn't eat, wouldn't drink. So, of course, Mom and Dad took him to emergency.
So they did a blood test and leukemia shows up right away.
His parents, now gutted, in disbelief, shocked by an illness they know so little about.
That was the biggest part, was trying to explain to a 4-year-old that his body is failing and we don't know why.
Well, that's where Ashley, Stacia, and the Child Life program comes in.
Of course, initially they're scared, they're nervous, they're encountering different people, in gowns, masks, different equipment that they've never experienced before.
There would be needles, surgeries, checkups in the middle of the night, and lots of pills. So staff sweeten the deal.
We bring in candy like Skittles and M&Ms and little sprinkles, and we practice pill taking with them and pill swallowing using those things.
And he lit up. He was like, wow, this is exciting.
Jasper also needs to wear what's known as a port on his body. Now, he's not really a fan, and it gets changed every week. So this play takes away the fear.
Shake, 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 shake.
And he got to do with a real needle, try it on a doll, and he felt, a sense of control. I guess.
And since it's Christmas time, there are other perks too, like visits from Marvin, who's almost as popular as Santa. A smile on the face of a child is a huge benefit to mom and dad, who are grateful they're not doing it alone.
Oh my goodness. It's hard to imagine. I just picture a dark room with a kid sitting and a parent stressed out, or a hard moment where they're being forced to do something medically that they really don't want to do, and the parents are just floundering emotionally.
Jasper will be here for some time. He can't go back to Salt Spring yet, but the Child Life program aims to make this feel a little bit like home. St. John Alexander, CTV News, Vancouver.
Oh, what a great program. Well, there is finally some snow on the North Shore Mountains. We'll tell you when local ski hills might be set to open. Also,
jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock.
Why did Santa and his elves steal thousands of dollars worth of food from a grocery? They claim they had the perfect holiday reason. We'll have that story. And
try to stay away from any body-based comments. Even compliments can be triggering for someone.
the impact of social media on body image. A new SFU study on disordered eating shows who is most at risk. Stay with us.
Air Lottery is back. Your ticket supports specialized adult health care and research at VGH and UBC Hospital Foundation. They depend on people like you to help fund the latest equipment and life-saving research through the Millionaire Lottery. The early bird is worth over $227,000. Choose from a Corvette Stingray and a Hyundai Santa Fe, or a private jet experience plus $25,000 cash or $150,000 cash, plus 40 winners for $1,000 and 20 winners of $500. The Millionaire Lottery. Earlier bird deadline, midnight tonight.
Well, it has been a slow start to the season for skiers and snowboarders, but the North Shore Mountains are finally getting some snow. So this was the view up on Cypress and Grouse yesterday. Snowpack levels have remained below normal this year, with heavy rainfall and above average temperatures delaying the start of ski season. Grouse has just announced that they will open at noon today, while Cypress will open tomorrow. Still no word from Seymour yet.
Ooh, yeehaw.
There's a lot of snow in Sea to Sky country. This is our director, Dylan, enjoying Whistler yesterday on a well-deserved day off. Oh, yeah. Look at him shred, too. Wow. It looks like a great day out there.
And now he's back in the control room, dry and warm.
Yeah, one day only on the slopes. Good to have him back.
Good to have him back. Good on you, Dylan. Looks like a good time out there. All right, let's take a look at the forecast. Beginning with the weather warnings. Yeah, there is a snowfall warning. This board looks a whole lot different than it did all week. Just one box to tell you about. Coquihalla, Hope to Merritt. Today and tomorrow, expect up to 30 centimeters of snow to fall. So if you're out and about there, do take care on the roads. Port Hardy could see some mixing today, and a high of 2 degrees. Campbell River, Comox, periods of rain, and 8 degrees. Rainy in Tofino and Port Alberti, Nanaimo, Victoria, some breaks, but not a sunny day, friends. You're going to see some showers, high of 8 in Victoria. As for the Sunshine Coast, showers between 5 and 7 degrees. Whistler, a little bit of mixing, some flurries, some snow, -1 there, and Squamish, some breaks and showers today. Much like the lower mainland, breaks and showers today. Highs between 5 and 7 degrees, and we've got rain throughout the weekend. Yes, we've got, like I said, some breaks a little bit this afternoon or late this morning, but the rest of the forecast is going to be very, very rainy. And are we going to get a white Christmas? Not likely, friends. Yes, you can see that the showers continue and will linger with us throughout Boxing Day. So ask Santa for an umbrella for Christmas. Carrie?
I might ask for a parka because I'm going home to Alberta to see some family, and it's going to be so cold there.
It's going to be, yeah, you're going to need to bundle.
Oh, yeah, like it's like it's going to hit -30 at one point.
Oh.
Yeah, like
Sorry.
overnight, but still.
Yeah. No.
Wish me luck.
Oh, gosh. Carrie, thoughts and prayers. T's and P's.
Okay. So don't complain about the rain too much, okay? All right. Well, concerning new research out of Simon Fraser University has found 1 in 4 BC teens have experienced disordered eating or body image issues. And as CTV's Martin McMahon reports, there is a major link to social media.
We've all seen the videos on our social media feeds promising major weight loss through supplements, exercises, or diets, often over incredibly short timelines. But new research from Simon Fraser University highlights a link with eating disorders.
Almost 1 in 4 young people surveyed across the province of British Columbia had experienced signs of disordered eating. That is a very high proportion of young people. One of our other key findings was that the more social media young people consumed, the higher their risk of having signs of disordered eating.
Those who support those dealing with eating disorders have already been seeing the connection.
Social media by itself doesn't cause eating disorders, but it really intensifies any existing vulnerability that someone's experienced, especially for teens who are questioning their changing bodies, their identities, their sense of self.
The study found certain groups were at higher risk.
More than 40% of young people who were gender diverse or identified as sexual minorities experienced signs of disordered eating, compared to about 9% of boys who identified as straight.
The research is being shared during this Christmas and holiday season, when eating is often central, which can be a stressful time for those dealing with body image issues.
Try to stay away from any body-based comments. Even compliments can be triggering for someone. If you say, oh, wow, you look so good, you've lost weight, that for someone with an eating disorder can actually encourage them to lean into those behaviors.
As for potential solutions beyond individual families making decisions around device or app use, Samji says we should watch to see how Australia's social media ban for those under 16 plays out. Martin McMahon, CTV News, Vancouver.
Yeah, that will be really interesting. And you know what? I mean, I think we always default when we haven't seen someone, oh, you look so good.
Yeah.
Like, that's just like the default compliment. But it really shouldn't be, because you don't know how it's really impacting the other person if they have, you know, some challenges around eating and body image.
Yeah, and she even said saying a compliment could even take people back. And I remember I had some issues in my younger years. Someone would say, oh, you lost weight. And I'm like, oh, so then I was big before. Oh, then I have to lose even more weight. But so you have a few pounds on. Does that make you a bad person? No.
No, I guess I'd just be mindful of, you know, the things you say and, you know, the conversations you have and the expectations around food. It's like a big eating holiday, and a lot of people are not in the same page as you. Just keep that in mind. Well, we are hearing from a Navy officer who fell overboard in BC waters and has a harrowing story of survival.
I'd say I was anywhere from mild to moderate hypothermia.
He was drifting at sea for hours off Victoria in frigid waters, waiting to be rescued. We'll have that CTV exclusive coming up. Also, more photos of Jeffrey Epstein's estate are revealed as a deadline for the U.S. Justice Department to release the files on the convicted sex offender is just hours away. And we're keeping a close eye on BC ferries this morning as holiday travel season ramps up. This follows some big disruptions caused by stormy weather. We'll have your top stories coming up next. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Holiday travel is ramping up on the water this morning, with BC Ferries warning today is one of the busiest days of the season. High demand and lingering weather concerns means travelers are being told to plan for possible delays.
How can we keep our customers, our crew, our vessels safe, and making those decisions kind of dynamically, depending on, you know, what the wind, the wave and sea conditions.
BC Ferries travel outlook shows today marked as busy for most sailings between the Lower Mainland and Vancouver Island, with limited space expected on standby. While winds that disrupted service yesterday are easing, weather remains a factor. Crews are closely watching. Travelers are being encouraged to check sailing availability online, arrive early, and be ready for possible delays as thousands head out for the holidays. Well, to Ottawa now. Prime Minister Mark Carney says Canada will enter into formal discussions with the U.S. in January to review their free trade agreement. A statement from the Prime Minister's office says Internal Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc will meet with his American counterparts to discuss the Canada-U.S.-Mexico trade deal, also known as CUSMA. Carney has said he sees tremendous benefits for Canada and the U.S. if they work cooperatively in key economic sectors. In the U.S., the suspect in the Brown University shooting that killed 2 people last weekend has been found dead.
Enforcement collectively believe that we have the person, that we identified the person, and that person is dead, and that he was the person responsible not only for the Brown shootings, but for the Brookline shooting.
48-year-old Claudio Valente, a Portuguese national, was found dead inside a New Hampshire storage facility from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Investigators believe Valente is responsible for both the shooting at Brown University and the killing of an MIT professor 2 days later. Officials say that professor attended the same academic program as the suspect in Portugal in the late 1990s. A major new development is expected today as the midnight deadline edges closer for the U.S. Justice Department to release its files on Jeffrey Epstein. On Thursday, House Democrats released new photos from the estate of the late sex offender. The wealthy financier had close connections with some of the wealthiest and most powerful people in the world, including U.S. President Donald Trump. He had tried to keep the files sealed, but on November 19th, Trump bowed to pressure from his fellow Republicans and ordered the Justice Department to release the files within 30 days. Well, popular social media app TikTok has signed a deal to sell its U.S. assets to a group of American investors. The deal would see Oracle, Silver Lake, and MGX form a new TikTok U.S. joint venture with ByteDance. The deal is expected to close January 22nd. It will also be subject to terms that protect Americans' data and U.S. national security. The move brings TikTok one step closer to securing its long-term future in the United States. Well, back in BC now, a Navy sailor is now back at work after falling overboard during a storm off southern Vancouver Island.
I knew that I'd either get found or it wasn't my problem anymore.
A sailor first class Matt Blades was at the center of an exhaustive search last week after a freak wave hit his vessel, tossing him into the stormy seas. He says more than a dozen boats passed by him, but no one could hear his cries for help. After more than 2.5 hours in the frigid water, Blaze began to hear the sound of a helicopter that had joined the search, and it wasn't long before he was spotted.
As that flare went down, I just started sending kisses up to the helicopter. I was just like, hell yeah, like, good work, boys.
He was taken to hospital by a waiting ambulance where he was checked over. He says he couldn't be more grateful to all of those that helped save his life. Well, a sweet holiday tradition has returned in New York City.
I don't go for perfection in each piece. I try to create a scene. If you look at each individual house in Gingerbread Lane, you can probably find 20 things wrong with it. But when you put them together, the sum of all the parts, we go for a beautiful vista. And I think that's what people really like.
Oh, looks amazing. Gingerbread Lane is back. This massive wintry wonderland made up of cookies, candy, and frosting is now into its 32nd season and 14th year in the Big Apple. The village includes more than 750 gingerbread structures, all baked and decorated by one man, John Lovitch. He currently holds the Guinness World Record for the largest gingerbread village. Wow, it looks incredible. And yes, I think imperfect is a good way to describe it because you don't want a perfect gingerbread house. You want the sloppy gobs of snow icing melting off the rooftops and the candy doorknobs that are a little bit crooked.
Yeah.
You want that.
It's not supposed to be perfect. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be from the heart. And now I got really, really hungry.
Yeah, they're beautiful. I always find that they get a little bit dry when they're a display gingerbread rather than like a eating gingerbread, you know what I mean?
I wonder if he eats as he goes.
Oh, how could you not? It'd be really hard.
I do.
One for the rooftop, one for me.
Yeah. Hi. Speaking, you're preaching to the choir here, Gary. All right, let's take a look at the forecast. CTV weather is brought to you by Craftsman Collision, BC's leader in auto body repair. Current temperatures throughout the lower mainland, pretty chilly. 1 in Abbotsford, 6 in Chilliwack, 2 in Vancouver. I saw my breath as I was coming into work today. Wow. Yes, but no precipitation as yet. We do have a snowfall warning in effect for the Coquihalla. Hope to merit 15 to 30 centimeters expected to fall today and tomorrow. And we've got a pretty clear commute to work today. We do have a bit of a break in terms of the clouds later on this morning, but it's not going to be a sunny day, friends. Showers will come back into the picture. Mix of sun and cloud today with some showers and then rain into the weekend. So are we going to get a white Christmas? Not likely. Here's a look at your forecast. Highs skies for the province. Chilly in the north, a little bit of sunshine in the southern interior, and some mixing along the coast. And now let's check in with Mona.
Well, it is the most wonderful time of the year, and there is no better gift than giving someone the chance to become a multi-millionaire. That's exactly what we're doing here this morning with the VGH Plus Millionaire Lottery, and I'm joined now by spokesperson Todd Talbot. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this gorgeous home.
Thank you so much for having us. It's been great touring this lovely South Surrey home. Now, how can someone become a multi-millionaire this year?
Well, first of all, you need to buy a ticket. You could also buy tickets for someone else and put them underneath the tree. I got a funny story for you, though.
Yes, I want to hear it.
Oftentimes people ask me, what happens when the call gets made to the person who wins? So if this is you, this is what happened one year. So the chair of the board phones the winner, and it's drawn live in front of a ton of people. So everything is super legit. The winner picks up the phone and goes, "I don't want any." Click. Hangs up on the grand prize.
Oh my gosh.
Everyone was stunned. Of course, we phoned back and tried to convince them to listen beyond 15 seconds, and they
did win.
They did win. Yeah, just because you hang up on the prize doesn't mean that we move on to the next person.
Oh my gosh.
We still come and find you.
So even if you did buy for someone who, unbeknownst to them, is in to win this grand prize, you will let them know.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. We'll find you.
Now, tell me a little bit about some of the grand prize options up for grabs this year.
So, of course, there's 10 grand prize options. One of them is where you could take the cash, the largest cash prize we have ever offered, which is $3 million tax-free cash. And then there's 9 other prize packages. One of them is here in South Surrey. One of my favorites is in Souk. I got a chance to go and visit that prize package. You get a sailboat and 2 cars and $1.625 million cash, plus this house right on the water. So you can go online and check out. We've done tours of all these different places. You can go check it out and see what, and actually dream. So if you buy your tickets before midnight tonight, you're in for the early bird prize draw. The winner gets to choose between a 2025 Corvette Stingray convertible and a Hyundai Santa Fe, or choose a $150,000 private jet experience from Travel Best Bets plus $25,000 cash, or choose $150,000 tax-free cash. So on the spot, what are you choosing?
I think I'm going to do the cash.
The cash? Oh, very smart. I think I would do the same thing. Great. I thought you were going to go plain.
Well, I did think it, but then I had a conversation with you and I thought I better invest my money.
Don't tell everybody we talked about this before.
Oh my gosh, Todd, thanks so much for your time with us this morning. Stick around. Coming up, we're going to talk a little bit more about the cause behind the VGH Plus Millionaire Lottery.
Oh, wonderful. Thanks for that, Mona. Well, over the next week, a lot of people will be hitting the road to head off to see family or maybe a ski trip to the interior. We are going through the safety checklist in our next half hour to make sure you have the essentials so you can get to your destination with no problems. Winter holiday driving tips still to come. Plus,
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock.
is that Santa and his elves stealing thousands of dollars worth of food? Well, they claim they had a pretty good reason. Stick around for that. We're having a hard time with Mona's mic there. We'll check back with her. Well, shoplifters dressed as Santa and his elves were captured on camera stealing groceries, but they're claiming their intentions were noble.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock.
Well, police are investigating a group called Robins of the Alleys. This after $3,000 worth of food was stolen from a Montreal grocery store and left under a Christmas tree in a public square. The group claims the criminal act is a political call to action, denouncing grocery chains that profit off of inflation. Well, Taylor Swift is giving her fans an early Christmas present.
Oh, hey guys, it's Taylor. I wanted to say thank you so much for watching The End of an Era and the final show, and to tell you that the next 2 episodes, episodes 3 and 4, will be out tomorrow. And the final 2 episodes are going to be out on December 23rd.
The superstar announcing that final episodes of her 6-part docuseries will be released 3 days earlier than expected. The series chronicles her record-breaking Eras tour. You can stream the first 4 episodes now on Disney+. Well, flu season is quickly ramping up with children much more susceptible to this year's strain. Frontline healthcare workers and officials are urging vaccinations, even though the virus is more unpredictable. CTV's Penny Daflos has the details, including the advice on when to seek medical attention.
If your household has avoided illness so far this winter, your luck may be running out as more British Columbians test positive for the flu.
We've seen that number go up and up over the last few weeks, probably most dramatically among children.
The same goes for hospital visits. More adults are going to the ER with respiratory symptoms, with a surge in sick pediatric patients.
Similar to where we were around this time last year. But I think we're particularly aware of how quickly some of the indicators are rising in children.
The typical advice to stay home and hydrate is timeless. But if you have a fever that doesn't respond to medication, or
fever over 40 degrees that does not come down with acetaminophen or ibuprofen, any fever that lasts more than 3 to 5 days would warrant at least a phone call.
And there are specific symptoms that parents need to watch out for in sick kids.
Difficulty breathing, the bluish tinge around the mouth, the seizures, listlessness, not producing fluids, those should all warrant a trip to the emergency room.
While deaths are rare, they do happen every year. In Eastern Ontario, 3 elementary-aged children have died from complications of the flu so far this month.
This year's strain, it's more virulent. In other words, it causes more severe disease, including complications. And the complications can range from severe pneumonia, heart problems, brain problems, and unfortunately, sometimes death.
And while this year's flu shot isn't quite as effective as usual, it's the #1 recommendation across the country.
Will the seatbelt guarantee to save your life? No. Will it reduce the chance that you get a really bad traumatic injury or die? Yes. Vaccines are the same way.
It is definitely still a good time and never too late to get vaccinated against these respiratory viruses.
Finally, as many of us gear up for family visits and holiday celebrations, remember that some people are more vulnerable to the flu, especially seniors, babies, and those with serious medical issues. You may want to stay home if you're sick to avoid spreading more than good cheer. Penny Daflos, CTV News, Vancouver.
Well, what do Steven Spielberg, downhill skiing, and a Roomba have in common? Well, they're all part of the latest hilarious headlines. Stephen Colbert has your late laugh coming up after the break. But first, on this day in 1941, the late Maurice White was born in Memphis. He's a founding member of the band leader of Earth, Wind and Fire. Let's groove tonight. Milestones are next. Time now for your milestones. First up this morning, we got a big list here, people. Happy birthday to Floyd. Best wishes from Pat, Rick, Dusty, and Phoenix.
Happy 10th birthday to Kenna. Love from Mom, Dad, Granny, Nana, Grandpa, and Auntie Holly.
Happy 9th birthday to Georgia. Love from Mom, Dad, Charlie, and Emma.
Happy 10th birthday to Ava. We love you so much. Aw, love from your family.
Happy 90th birthday to Yulka. Wishing you many more healthy and happy years. Lots of love from all your family and friends.
Happy 15th birthday to Tatiana. We love you. Love from Cindy, Natalie, Alex, and Coco.
Happy birthday to Neha. Lots of love from Sanchi and Abby.
Happy birthday to Jimmy. Wishing you an amazing year ahead. Thank you for being such an awesome husband and dad. Love and hugs from your family.
Happy 17th birthday to Muria. Love from Mom and Dad.
Happy 2nd birthday to Muhammad Malik Jr. Love from Mommy, Daddy, and all your aunties, uncles, and older siblings.
Happy 40th birthday to Becky Lang. Love from your family.
Happy 18th birthday to Mark. It's your special day. Welcome to adulthood. It's not that fun. Tons of love from Dad and Mom.
Happy 70th birthday to our big sister, Debbie. All of our love from your family.
Happy 11th birthday this weekend to Jayla and Jay Cheeky. Love from Mom and Dad.
Happy birthday to Joravar. Lots of love from Mom and Dad.
Happy 80th birthday to Lyle. Wishing you a wonderful year ahead. Love from your family.
Happy second birthday to Vanny Goal. Love from your family.
Happy early birthday to our soccer superstar, Nice Jackson. We love you.
Yeah, great photo. Thanks for sending all those in, everyone. Send us your milestones to bcmilestones@ctv.ca. Caroline, over to you.
Well, Carrie, it looks very clear and serene there. There's a white Christmas on higher elevations, but not so much here in the lower mainland. All right, let's take a look at your forecast for today, beginning with your almanac for Vancouver. High of 7 degrees today, which is above average, which is just a touch below last year, and below the record 12 degrees, which was set back in 1995. As for your South Coast forecast today, Port Hardy, there's a chance of some wet flurries at times today, but showers and a high of 2 degrees. Campbell River and Comox, showers and a high of 8. Tofino and Port Alberni, periods of rain. A mix of sun and cloud and some showers in Victoria and Nanaimo, high of 8 in Victoria. As for the Sunshine Coast, between 5 and 7 degrees under showers. Whistler, a little bit of snow up there, some flurries. Squamish, mainly cloudy and some showers and 4 degrees. Mainly cloudy and showers throughout the lower mainland between 5 and 7 degrees. It's clear now. Going to clear up a little bit late this morning, but showers off and on throughout the day and showers all throughout the weekend. Yeah, Merry almost Christmas. Highs between 7 and 8 degrees for the next 5 days. Now, from the Steven Spielberg movie to a downhill ski champ, here's Stephen Colbert with your late laugh.
There's a new conspiracy theory circling out there on the internet because people are asking, does Steven Spielberg's new film star real aliens? Hopefully. I'm so tired of movies with alien roles without proper alien representation. I mean, personally, I believe that E.T. would have been so much better if they'd cast an actual alien like Willem Dafoe. Meanwhile, in sports news, Lindsey Vonn just won the World Cup downhill at age 41 to start. At age 41, to start her Olympic season, while at 61, I recently tore a hamstring when I put on my socks too fast. Meanwhile, there's bad news if you're rooting for the impending rise of the machines, because iRobot, the maker of Roomba vacuums, has filed for bankruptcy. And is this true? I'm told we have footage of a Roomba's reaction to hearing the news.
Well, I guess that's what happens when you get it to work on the second floor.
I thought they were supposed to know to do, I don't know.
I think they'll bump into things.
Yeah.
But I guess if it gets to like a cliff, like a set of stairs, I think they just go off. So,
oops.
Yeah. I never had one of those, so I don't know how well they work. But yeah, filing for bankruptcy. Yeah. Oh, all right. Let's see what happens. Well, even Santa Claus would have a tough time affording this gift. How much these Grinch-inspired sneakers worn by Kobe Bryant are expected to fetch at auction? We'll have that still to come. Also, gunshots ring out in Abbotsford, while police are saying this appears to be another case of violent extortion. Also, a flooding nightmare appears to be over in Abbotsford. This is going to get a clearer view of the damage that's already been done. Stick around. We have your top stories coming up next. Busy times if you're trying to get away on the final weekend before Christmas. We are tracking BC ferry sailings a day after wind forced widespread cancellations.
One flood, it would have been touching the joist.
Lessons learned, how fierce floods in 2021 helped an Abbotsford amusement park avoid the worst this time around. And the Canucks will try to string together a 3-game win streak with a stop on Long Island tonight. Good morning, everyone. It's Friday, December 19th. Welcome to Your Morning Vancouver. I'm Carrie Adams. Well, today is shaping up to be one of the busiest holiday travel days on the water, with BC Ferries warning that sailings are quickly filling up. Add in lingering weather concerns, and passengers are being urged to plan ahead and expect delays.
How can we keep our customers, our crew, our vessels safe, and making those decisions kind of dynamically depending on, what the wind, the wave and sea conditions are doing in real time, and making sure that travel only proceeds when it's safe to do so.
BC Ferries holiday travel outlook predicts that today will be busy for most of the day for sailings out of Tsawwassen towards Vancouver Island and the Sunshine Coast. Yesterday's strong winds caused delays and cancellations, and while conditions are improving, Environment Canada says there could still be pockets of unsettled weather that affects operations. Travelers without reservations are being advised to consider off-peak sailings, check service notices frequently, and pack essentials in case waits stretch longer than expected. Abbotsford residents are breathing a sigh of relief this morning. The city has officially lifted all remaining evacuation alerts triggered by widespread flooding. According to the Emergency Operations Centre, more than 470 evacuation alerts have now been stood down after local conditions improved. This comes after flooding triggered by a week of heavy rainfall damaged homes, farmland, and businesses in the Sumas Prairie.
I'm grateful to share that with conditions improving, we have now lifted the last remaining evacuation alerts for Sumas Prairie.
Today, we are very happy to say that with the levels in both the Sumas River and Nooksack River continuing to decrease, and with the flood warning now over, we are rescinding all remaining evacuation alerts as we move from flood response towards recovery.
The city says it will now shift its focus to recovery efforts and repairing roads and infrastructure. Meanwhile, cleanup is underway at Castle Fun Park near Whatcom Road. The amusement center was also hit hard by major flooding back in 2021. At the peak of last week's flood, the facility was surrounded by water, which also seeped into the basement. That's where it caused significant damage to the aptly named underwater mini golf course. Staff hope to have some of the park operational for the week between Christmas and New Year's. An Australian man has been sentenced to prison over the murder of his ex-partner, a BC woman. According to the Australian Broadcast Corporation, Danny Zayat will spend the next 24 years in jail and won't be eligible for parole for 18 years. He had been found guilty of murder in the death of Tatiana Dohatara in 2023. She was from the Surrey area. The judge in the trial said evidence showed Zayat was pathologically jealous after she left him and fixated on preventing her from starting a new relationship with another man. Well, shots rang out in Abbotsford in what police are calling an extortion-related shooting. At around 10:30 Wednesday, Abbotsford police responded to reports of gunshots at a business along King Road. When police arrived, they say officers were able to relay the suspect's vehicle description. And while responding, Abbey PD says a member from the Lower Mainland Integrated Police Dog Service alerted the gang crime unit officers to a vehicle matching the suspect vehicle description, which was traveling eastbound on Highway 1 near Whatcom Road. According to the report, the driver was arrested without incident. Police in Burnaby are asking the public to help identify these 3 package thieves. The suspects pulled up to a home in South Burnaby in a dark SUV around noon on December 1st. Video from the scene shows 2 women approaching the front door and grabbing large packages from the porch. In a message to the suspects, Mountie said, "A good way to get off Santa's naughty list would be to turn yourselves in before our investigators catch up with you." Meanwhile, holiday shoppers in North Vancouver were met with a Grinch yesterday. RCMP say some employees at Capilano Mall were injured after being bear sprayed. The suspects fled the scene. Anyone with information is asked to reach out. Well, nearly 1 year after her father collapsed in his kitchen, a woman and her husband are being awarded for their life-saving actions.
Being able to recognize what's happening, calling 911, being able to be attentive to the instructions are so important. But yeah, CPR for sure saved my dad.
She says she didn't know how to perform CPR until January 27th, 2024, when her dad collapsed in his Surrey home. A 911 dispatcher guided her through the process on speakerphone after her husband called for help. The BC Emergency Health Services gave the couple a Vital Link Award yesterday to thank them for helping save a life through CPR. Well, turning to sports now. The Vancouver Canucks are looking for 3 wins in a row tonight. They will be taking on the New York Islanders. This is the Canucks' 3rd game of a 5-game road trip, and it's been nothing but successful for Vancouver, picking up wins against the New Jersey Devils and the New York Rangers. Puck drop from the Big Apple is at 4 p.m. One of Kobe Bryant's most famous pairs of sneakers is heading to auction. The Nike Grinch sneakers were worn by Bryant just once on Christmas Day in 2010. Look at them. Each of the shoes is signed by Bryant, and the pair is one of a kind.
So these Kobe 6 Grinch sneakers came about on December 25th, 2010. Kobe Bryant came on Christmas Day on the court wearing a pair of green sneakers, which for the first time in NBA history didn't match his uniform. So these sneakers have not been seen since that game.
It's expected they will sell for more than $10 million. Wow, they are in great condition, I will say. They are very unique. $10 million is pretty steep, but if you're an avid shoe collector and you're wealthy, that would be a pair to have.
That would do it. I mean, these shoes go for such crazy amounts of money, $10 million, but Kobe did wear them.
Wore them more than once, but still.
Yeah.
I bet they smell just enough. Just enough to make it worth that 10 mil.
I was thinking that too. Oh, yeesh. But you know what? $10 million, you can do whatever you want with them. All right, let's move on to the weather now, shall we? Let's begin with the current temperature in Vancouver. It is clear and it is cool. I saw my breath as I was coming into work this morning. So yes, a chilly morning, but a clear-ish morning. In terms of precipitation, there will be some cloud cover as you head into work. We get just a wee bit of a break late this morning in terms of the clouds. But yeah, this is not going to be a sunny day, friends. Showers off and on throughout the day. And then the wet weather continues throughout the weekend. Merry Christmas. All right, here's a look at your forecast highs. A mix of sun and cloud in the southern interior. Very cool in the northeastern part of the province, and some mixed precip and unsettled conditions toward the coast. As for your day planner for Vancouver, again, showers off and on throughout the day and a high of 7 degrees. Will we get a white Christmas? That's the big question. Spoiler alert, no. But I'll have more coming up in the forecast, what to expect through the weekend and into your holiday break, coming up in about 10 minutes. Carrie?
Not a white Christmas, maybe a wet Christmas.
Wet.
Okay, Thanks, Caroline. Well, she can't talk, but she can sing. This Canadian baby and her mom are capturing hearts around the world this holiday season. Stick around, we'll have that story just ahead. You don't want to miss it. Also, are you planning a road trip to visit family over the holidays? Up next, some expert advice for when you get behind the wheel in winter conditions. Holiday driving tips coming up next. Last year, BCAA responded to more than 50,000 roadside rescues around the Lower Mainland as some drivers had issues navigating the harsh winter weather. So how do you avoid ending up on that list? For more tips on safe winter driving, let's welcome Daniel Quigley from BCAA. Hey, Daniel, good to see you.
Good to see you.
This is a busy time of year. A lot of people do want to travel on the roads because they're off to see family and friends for the holidays.
Absolutely. We see a lot of calls this time of year. Mixture of a little bit of everything, tire calls, fuel calls, or folks are running out of gas, believe it or not.
Oh, no.
Some lockouts, lock your keys out of your car, and obviously tows. And finally, some what we call rescues in terms of stuck calls.
Oh,
folks get stuck, and in the business we call it a recovery.
Okay.
But we see a lot of those too this time of year.
Well, I mean, something important to have, and a lot of people maybe don't think about it if they're sticking close to home, but if they are heading on the highway, especially into the interior or heading up sea to sky, is to have the winter tires because they make a difference.
Absolutely, and a good set of 4 winter tires, I might add.
Four winter tires.
There's a myth out there to have 2. We would recommend 4. Another myth that's out there, and I don't know where folks get this, is to deflate the tires slightly to get better performance, and that's absolutely not the case.
I've never heard that before.
You want to have your tires fully inflated to the manufacturer's specifications. Therefore, they're going to give you the maximum performance and increase your safety out there while you're navigating those highways.
And where do you find that information about how
right on the
full they should
sidewall
be?
of the tire for the winter tires, and your mechanic can also help you with that as well.
Okay.
But absolutely, and don't forget your emergency kit when you're traveling out on the highway as well.
What should we have in that emergency kit?
It's a fabulous question. You want to start out with a few provisions, usually some granola bars, stuff like that, some snack
food. Yeah.
Water, obviously, good shovel. If you have a little travel shovel, that can always come in handy. Parka, toque, mitts, some clothes, just to be safe, because you never know when you're going to get into trouble.
Yeah, I have to sit in the road waiting for a tow or waiting for some help, and it might be cold. Maybe your engine's not working. So yeah, better to have that stuff and be safe. Flashlight, I see got some images here.
Flashlights, also good quality washer fluid. Winter grade washer fluid's always nice to have on hand, just in case you need it.
Make sure it's topped up before you head out on the road, then have the extra.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I know people are in a hurry to get to where they're going. They are, late for dinner at grandma's, but slowing down is something that is so important.
It's a wonderful point, and it's absolutely critical. Plan ahead, know your route, drivebc, or drivebc.ca. Good to check the route, know where you're going. Make sure there's no traffic or construction or whatever the case may be. Give yourself the extra time and slow down out there. Give people space. Let them take the lane, and stay safe out there. That's the best way to go.
Yeah, just wave if you maybe cut someone off by accident, wave. Everyone just keep things calm on the road.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together. We're just trying to get somewhere safely. You talked about the myth of deflating the tires that gives better grip. That's a myth. Yeah. But also, here's another one. If you have a gas-powered vehicle that you need to let it warm up before you begin driving. I remember getting into my mom's car, and she would let it sit there and idle forever before revving it down. Like, do you have to do that with cars?
No, not nowadays. Like a good 1 or 2 minutes to let it run. And as long as your view is unobstructed and clear, you're free to drive. The vehicle's actually going to warm up a lot faster doing things that way than letting it sit and idle. It's also more environmentally friendly, and you're going to save on fuel.
Yeah, okay, good tip there. And here's one. Because some people have four-wheel drive, and they think they're invincible. If you have a four-wheel drive, do you still need the winter tires?
100%. Reason being is, like, the four-wheel drive is excellent for our acceleration, obviously. But where the winter tires really come into play is the braking and cornering piece. So you absolutely want to have those winter tires in that vehicle for maximum performance. We have a lot of grades here in Vancouver area, Metro Vancouver. So whether you're going uphill, downhill, this, that, a lot of corners, that's where your winter tires are going to give you maximum performance and increase your safety for not just yourself, but for all of us out there motoring.
Yep. Stay safe out there if you're traveling. Daniel Quigley from BCAA, thanks so much for joining us with those tips.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you for having us.
And happy holidays.
Appreciate it. And to you as well.
Stay safe.
Thank you so much.
Well, 'tis the season for celebrating, and sometimes a little too much. In fact, this is the time of year when many of us are unknowingly putting ourselves at health risk. We'll be joined by a cardiologist in our next half hour to explain the holiday heart attack and how you can enjoy the season without overdoing it. Also,
and just being the happy baby that she is, I think music will run in her blood.
A Canadian mom and her baby are really showing their holiday spirit. Why the singing duo is now getting attention from people all around the world. Aw, look at this cutie. That's coming up. Is back. Your ticket supports specialized adult health care and research at VGH and UBC Hospital Foundation. They depend on people like you to help fund the latest equipment and life-saving research through the Millionaire Lottery. The early bird is worth over $227,000. Choose from a Corvette Stingray and a Hyundai Santa Fe, or a private jet experience plus $25,000 cash or $150,000 cash, plus 40 winners for $1,000 and 20 winners of $500. The Millionaire Lottery early bird deadline, midnight tonight.
Well, as someone who loves to cook, my dream home wouldn't just have one kitchen, it would have two. And this morning, I'm daydreaming all about that millionaire lifestyle with Todd Talbot. Good morning, Todd.
Good morning, Mona. How are you doing?
Very well. Of course, My Dream Kitchen would also have live entertainment, so thank you for serving that purpose with us.
I was trying to see how long I could do it.
That was really good, actually.
I know. This is only take 52.
I love it. Now, we're here for the VGH Plus Millionaire Lottery. This is one of your several grand prize homes up for grabs this year. Tell us about it.
Oh, this is a pretty cool prize package. So we're right near Crescent Beach. This house is over 4,200 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms. It's absolutely spectacular. With this prize package, it also comes with the BMW X5, as well as $225,000 cash, some travel, some furniture. So, let me tell you about another one. Out in Langley, there's a townhome. You get the townhome plus almost $2 million cash. So all of them are spectacular. You can go online. We give you tours of everything.
That's pretty incredible. So 10 grand prize options.
Yep.
Now your biggest cash prize is up for grabs this year.
Yeah, this is the biggest cash prize we've ever offered. It's $3 million tax-free cash.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
I'm just starting to dream of what I would do with that money. And especially around the holidays when we all want to make sure our families and friends are taken care of. Right. That's a life-changing amount of money.
It is. I mean, it's mind-blowing to fantasize about it. You can obviously buy friends and family tickets, slip them underneath the tree. I mean, can you imagine?
It's a great stocking stuffer.
Yeah, $3 million stocking stuffer. But of course, the proceeds are helping support the VGH and UBC Hospital Foundation. Last year, the lottery raised over $7.8 million directly to the foundation. People often ask, how much money actually goes there? So there you go, $7.8 million last year.
That's also a life-changing amount of money for hospitals that care for their people year-round. So if you've heard enough, you can head online right now to the Millionaire Lottery website while Todd continues to juggle here and get your tickets in time for the early bird bonus deadline at midnight tonight.
Midnight tonight.
Yeah, take your show on the road, man.
We should have cut earlier.
Oh, yeah, no, we're not going to do any of that. I got my tickets, Mona. Thank you for the reminder. All right, let's take a look at the forecast, shall we? Yes, we have a weather warning. Just one, though, as opposed to the 50 that we had all week. A snowfall warning for the Coquihalla. Between 15 and 30 centimeters expected to fall today and tomorrow. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the South Coast forecast. Port Hardy, there could be some mixing in the forecast today. High of 2 degrees. Campbell River, Comox, periods of rain and a high of 8. Showers in Port Alberti and Tofino between 4 and 5 degrees. Nanaimo, Victoria, mainly cloudy skies, high of 8 in Victoria. Showers on the Sunshine Coast between 5 and 7 degrees. Some showers and some flurries in Whistler, -1. Mainly cloudy skies and 4 degrees in Squamish. Same with the lower mainland, mainly cloudy and some showers, some light showers off and on throughout the day. This is not going to be anything like yesterday, friends, but still gray, overcast, and wet today between 5 and 7 degrees. And speaking of wet weather, you got it for at least the next 5 days. Yes, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. If you're looking for a white Christmas, don't look for it in Vancouver. All right, speaking of Vancouver, this is a beautiful shot from David Chu. Thank you so much for sending this in. We're keeping it festive today because it's Friday. If you want your photo featured, email us at scenicSnapshot@ctv.ca.
Wow, great shot. Very festive. Thanks for that. All right, it is 7:23. A Northern Ontario baby is showing it's never too early to get into the holiday spirit. She joined her mom in the Christmas choir and is winning over fans around the world. Here's CTV's Madison Merrier.
Bernard Lafontaine posted a video for friends and family, and over 6 million views later, she's getting calls from around the world.
Sweden, Italy, there's liaisons from the USA that are working with People Magazine and USA Today. And Brazil has been really, really big because Senna is named after Ayrton Senna.
Little Senna appears to be singing along as the choir performs, and her mother is not surprised as music is a big part of her family's life.
Both my husband and I are very musically inclined, and so are her grandparents and her great-grandparents. So I think probably just from the womb, always hearing music and just being the happy baby that she is, I think music will run in her blood.
Lafontaine said she posted a video of the choir's performance as a preview to their big show.
We go to choir practice together, and she loves it. We bring her little play mat, and she'll just be babbling and cooing And yeah, she loves choir.
She only noticed Senna cooing after the song was finished, and when Lafontaine watched the video, she thought it was a great reflection of her happy baby.
The video that you're seeing is just literally how she is on a day-to-day basis. We're blessed with a very happy baby.
Lafontaine hopes the video brings people some Christmas cheer and inspires new parents to continue going out and doing the things they love.
I hope that this inspires also some parents that are on maternity leave or that are home with their child to just go out there and do things, and that the community does support bringing your child and not to be afraid and stay home.
Madison Merrier, CTV News, Sudbury.
That is such a cute video. I mean, I don't know if she's actually trying to sing, but she's seeing her mom's mouth move and thinking, I'm going to do the same thing. So
I love
cute.
the little baby headphones just to make sure her eardrums are safe.
Yeah. And bringing your baby to do things that you love. I mean, I was amazed by women who are out there jogging with the baby stroller.
Yeah.
I never did that, but I admire you. Like, it's great. Like, take your kid with you.
There's a lot of Mommy and Me workout classes too at the gym that are exclusively for moms and their babies. So obviously the baby's not working out, but it's watching mom lift weights.
You can squat with the baby. My friend squats with her baby.
There you go.
Yeah. But this little one, definitely a musical future, comes from a musical family, obviously loves the music now. So that'll be a cute video to show when she's doing her first solo.
Yeah, absolutely. Or maybe a DJ with
with the earphones.
With the earphones, yeah. That'll be her future. Okay, well, here's a case of choosing practicality over style.
Oh, boy.
Okay, well, the Canadian-made product that its owners claim will protect you during the fall. We'll show you more of this still to come. Also, do you still have holiday mail to send? You better act fast because there's a deadline from Canada Post fast approaching. Make sure your Christmas packages arrive on time. And we're keeping a close eye on BC ferries this morning as holiday travel season ramps up. Your top stories are next. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Holiday travel is ramping up on the water this morning, with BC Ferries warning today is one of the busiest days of the season. High demand and lingering weather concerns mean travelers are being told to plan for possible delays.
We could see some thunderstorms through the overnight hours as well, which would be a little bit of a disruption for people, but definitely a change from what we have been experiencing.
BC Ferries travel outlook shows today marked as busy for most sailings between the Lower Mainland and Vancouver Island, with limited space expected on standby. While winds that disrupted service yesterday are easing, weather remains a factor. Crews are watching closely. Travelers are being encouraged to check sailing availability online, arrive early, and be ready for possible delays as thousands head out for the holidays. Well, to Ottawa now, Prime Minister Mark Carney says Canada will enter into formal discussions with the U.S. in January to review their free trade agreement. A statement from the Prime Minister's office says Internal Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc will meet with his American counterparts to discuss the Canada-U.S.-Mexico trade deal, also known as CUSMA. Carney has said he sees tremendous benefits for Canada and the U.S. if they work cooperatively in key economic sectors. Influenza cases are rapidly rising earlier than in past years in many parts of the country. The Maritimes is seeing an increase in influenza infections among children. PEI is reporting its rates are highest amongst those 5 to 19, followed by those 0 to 4 years of age. It's a similar situation in Alberta, where new numbers show there were more flu cases recorded in a single week last week in Alberta than over the last 15 years. Stateside now, the suspect in the Brown University shooting that killed 2 people last weekend has been found dead.
Law enforcement collectively believe that we have the person, that we identified the person, and that person is dead, and that he was the person responsible not only for the Brown shootings, but for the Brookline shooting.
A 48-year-old Claudio Valente, a Portuguese national, was found dead inside a New Hampshire storage facility from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Investigators believe Valente is responsible for both the shooting at Brown University and the killing of an MIT professor 2 days later. Officials say that professor attended the same academic program as the suspect in Portugal in the late 1990s. A major new development is expected today as the midnight deadline edges closer for the U.S. Justice Department to release its files on Jeffrey Epstein. On Thursday, House Democrats released new photos from the estate of the late sex offender. The wealthy financier had close connections with some of the wealthiest and most powerful people in the world, including U.S. President Donald Trump. He had tried to keep the files sealed, but on November 19th, Trump bowed to pressure from his fellow Republicans and ordered the Justice Department to release the files within 30 days. Well, popular social media app TikTok has signed a deal to sell its U.S. assets to a group of American investors. The deal would see Oracle, Silver Lake, and MGX form a new TikTok U.S. joint venture with ByteDance. The deal is expected to close January 22nd. It will also be subject to terms that protect Americans' data and U.S. national security. The move brings TikTok one step closer to securing its long-term future in the United States. The Australian man being hailed as a hero for disarming an attacker in the horrific Bondi Beach shooting rampage is getting a big reward.
I came here with news of people around the world, 43,000 people.
Thank you very much.
They raised you $2.5 million.
Deserve it?
Every penny.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
If you could say one thing to the people that donated, what would you tell them?
Stand to each other, all a human being.
Ahmed Al-Ahmed hid behind parked cars before charging at one of the gunmen from behind, seizing his weapon and knocking him to the ground. He suffered gunshot wounds in the process. Yesterday, Bondi Beach reopened for the first time since the attack as a crowd gathered at sunrise to pay tribute. Well, back in BC now, a Navy sailor is now back at work after falling overboard during a storm off southern Vancouver Island.
I knew that I'd either get found or it wasn't my problem anymore.
Sailor First Class Matt Blades was at the center of an exhaustive search last week after a freak wave hit his vessel, tossing him into the stormy seas. He says more than a dozen boats passed him, but nobody could hear his cries for help. After more than 2.5 hours in the frigid water, Blades began to hear the sounds of a helicopter that had joined the search, and it wasn't long before he was spotted.
Went down. I just started sending kisses up to the helicopter. I was just like, hell yeah, like, good work, boys.
He was taken to hospital by a waiting ambulance where he was checked over. He says he couldn't be more grateful to all of those that helped save his life. Well, if you haven't mailed out your Christmas cards already, you might be too late. According to Canada Post, letters sent through regular mail and to local destinations must be put in the mail today and for them to arrive in time for Christmas. If they're headed to regional or national locations, it's too late. As for packages, it's also the last day to send them locally, but you can still pay for priority shipping to get it there in time up until the 23rd. Well, there is a lot of technology in these pants. Montreal-based Azimut Medical has developed pants equipped with airbags. This is a safety feature meant to prevent injury during a fall. It can tell when someone's actually falling as opposed to, say, plopping down on a bed or a couch. The company says its software is what sets these pants apart. So this is good for someone who has a history of being unstable, falling, someone elderly perhaps. Yeah. I mean, because the worst thing that can happen for someone is to have a fall, because that's, especially, you know, as you age, your bones are more brittle and people breaking hips, it happens.
Yeah, that's a hip saver, that one.
Yeah.
Wow, that's going to save a lot of people.
No kidding. But I mean, adds a little bit of extra weight to the pants, doesn't it, I imagine?
Well, doesn't it inflate when it knows you're falling?
It inflates, but the inflatable itself, I mean, how does it wrap around your, I don't know.
Well,
we should try them. I want to get a pair.
Yeah, then we'll just walk down the street plopping down just for fun.
No, just like right here in the set.
We'll do it. Let's do it. All right, I'm tripping over the cords enough anyway. I do need those pants. All right, let's take a look at the forecast. Meeting with the current temperature, it's a balmy 4 degrees now. Clear skies, though. When I was coming in this morning, I saw my breath and I panicked a little bit. Yes, it was that chilly. As for your commute to work, if you haven't left yet, don't worry. There's not going to be a lot of showers on the grounds, a little bit in Fraser Valley, but it's going to be cloudy skies. Look, right here, we've got a little bit of a break in terms of the cloud cover, but it's going to be mainly cloudy skies today and some showers off and on throughout the day. So we will see some wet weather, nothing like yesterday, but the really significant rainfall comes tomorrow night into the weekend, just in time for the holidays. Yes. Again, we've got some showers off and on this afternoon, a high of 7 degrees. But everyone wants to know, are we going to get some snow for Christmas? No, it's going to be wet weather. So that should be saying no there. Yeah, if we live in Vancouver, it's going to be a wet Christmas. Now let's check in with Mona.
Well, if you love a holiday gift that looks and feels luxurious but doesn't blow the budget, this one's for you. Lifestyle expert Bridget Trong is here with stylish, high-end looking gift ideas that keep affordability top of mind. Good morning to you, Bridget.
Good morning and happy holidays, Mona. It's so nice to see you.
So nice to see you too.
You know, Mona, we love a good holiday gifting moment, you and I. So I'm excited to dive in. We love a good holiday gifting moment, especially when we're dealing with products that feel luxe without that luxe price tag, right? And, you know, it's all doable. We don't have to be overspending this holiday season. I know that because I found incredible inspiration and options at Marshall's that I'm super excited to dive into with you this morning.
Yeah, so what are some of the key things you look for to make a gift feel luxe?
Okay, so feeling. We love putting on clothing that feels just as good as it looks, right? So I want to start with fine knits, especially because we've been blessed with an early winter this year. How lucky are we? But one of the most luxurious gifts to unwrap, in my opinion, merino wool or cashmere, which is what I'm joyfully wearing today. This is a beautiful pink cashmere sweater with stunning pearl detailing around the collar that I found at Marshall's, coming in at under $100. That's far less than what we typically pay for cashmere that looks like this. And there are plenty of other beautiful sweater options at Marshall's coming in at under $50, proving, Mona, premium gifting does not necessarily need to come with that premium price tag.
That's right. So that's fine knits. Now, leather is one of those gifts that instantly feels elevated. Yes. What styles and accessories tend to get the most use this time of year?
Yes, you know, I'm a big believer, Mona, in taking a minute before going shopping, you know, really considering where my money is going and making choices that'll go the distance for our loved ones, which is why I love prioritizing leather goods, specifically leather accessories. You know, they soften over time, they wear in beautifully, and they become something that you're reaching for, right? A lot of beautiful leather options at Marshall's right now. And I'm talking about buttery soft gloves for men and women. We have structured, slick wallets as well. We have gorgeous purses, most of which are designer brands without the designer price tags. I love saying that. It gets me really excited. But if you're looking for a gift that really holds value, a gift that gets used, hello, that's a big deal and it's important, right? Leather accessories, they feel elevated too.
Okay. Now, when you need something impressive but efficient, and really quickly here, what do you reach for when it comes to that front?
Yeah, we're just a few days away from Christmas, so we want to eliminate the stress when it comes to shopping, right? Boxed sets, curated love for the people we really care about. Take, for example, you're thinking of somebody who could use a bit more me time this season. What about a spa set? What about the friend who's always traveling? They might appreciate a luxurious 10-piece hand cream set. Or the friends and families, couples out there who want to trade in screen time for more engaging, memorable bonding time together. Games, board games, and puzzles. So all these are available at Marshall's and then some, but we don't have a lot of time left. So box sets are thoughtful and they eliminate the overthinking, which I love.
Absolutely. All you have to do is wrap. Bridget, thank you so much for your time with us this morning and for all the tips, and happy holidays to you.
My pleasure. Always a joy. Bye, Mona.
Thank you both. Well, you've likely got a calendar full of holiday events to attend. You've got the food, the eggnog, the gift, but do you have your health on that checklist? Up next, we are hearing more about the holiday heart attack and how you can enjoy the season without overdoing it. Also, Carrie, do you hear that sound? Listen closely. I think I hear jingle bells. Still to come, we have a very special visitor who flew a long way to join us this morning, so stick around. Well, the holiday season is a time of fun and feasts, but while celebrating, many people unintentionally put extra strain on their hearts. What is a holiday heart syndrome, and how do you avoid falling victim to this? Joining us to explain this morning is UBC professor and cardiologist Dr. Krish Ramanathan. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Carrie. It's a pleasure to be here.
And I know that it's a busy time of year, and a lot of people probably aren't even thinking about their health at this time of year. They usually think about it in the new year when they want to get fit. But holiday heart syndrome, what is this exactly, and how prominent is it at this time of year?
You know, that's a great question. What we have seen, although it's a time to be merry, joyful, there is a spike in heart attacks and stroke during the holiday season. And this is about 30% more than other times of the year. And so that's got this general term, holiday heart. But these are all what we feel as preventable things. Although we can't pinpoint one single thing that causes a holiday heart, but we know it's much more common in people with heart disease. But certain things like alcohol, excessive indulgence in alcohol can trigger heart rhythm problems, even in the most healthy people.
So alcohol, what about stress playing a role in adding to a holiday heart attack?
That's another great question. Although this is meant to be a happy time, but we in fact experience a lot of stress. You have to buy the right food, the right presents, get the right meal, and stress raises blood pressure in all of us. And then when you have raised blood pressure, it increases strain on the heart, and that this can lead to a heart attack. But raised blood pressure can also lead to a stroke. So we do see a spike in both heart attacks and stroke during these times.
Interesting. I mean, I have to be honest with you. When I heard that we were doing this segment, holiday heart attack, I instantly thought, men. Are men more at risk? And are more women having heart issues at this time of year as well? Does it matter which gender?
It really doesn't matter. But anybody who has, who's known to have heart problems are more likely to have it. The elderly are also more likely to have heart problems during this season. And if you have diabetes, you're also more likely to have heart problems during this time. We know that the difference between men and women probably more relate to the way that they present, they perceive their symptoms rather than other things. And also, every year I hear the same story. I didn't want to be a burden on my family, so I just kept quiet. And that tends to be much more in women than in men.
Oh, I can see that, absolutely. Okay, so you're at a holiday gathering, something's wrong. What are the signs that we should be looking for and verbalizing to our loved ones so that they can help us?
Right. So if we're thinking about a heart attack, most people will experience chest tightness or a pressure sensation, which will be very different to what they've had before. That sensation can sometimes go down their left arm or up to their jaw. Other people just experience unusual shortness of breath or even just tiredness for no reason. Those are typical features of a heart attack. We know one of the components of a holiday heart is atrial fibrillation, which comes with excessive alcohol, and that you have a sensation of a rapid, fast heart rate. So if you experience any of these, I think you should seek help immediately. The Heart and Stroke has done a great job with the FAST, if you see a facial asymmetry, if you can't raise your arms, or if you have slurred speech, call 911. So I think we want to translate that message to if you're having a heart attack or a heart problems, get help immediately.
Yes, absolutely, because the last thing you want at your family gathering is for someone to end up in hospital or worse, because that would not be good. Doctor, thanks so much for joining us this morning. I appreciate your time and highlighting how important it is to watch for those symptoms.
Thank you so much,
Thanks
Carrie.
for coming in. All right, well, Christmas is coming early for some Swifties.
Joe was what gave me purpose and was what I could use to get me out of bed.
More on the big news about her ongoing docuseries. This is people react to some of the big moments of it so far. Plus, oh, this is exciting, everyone. Christmas is just a few days away, and we managed to book a visit from a very special guest who's going to join us right after the break for your sidebar. Stick around.
Welcome back to CTV Your Morning Vancouver. It's Friday, friends. We made it. It is 7:53, and it's clear right now there is a chance of showers. We will have showers a little later on today. A little bit of sun, a little bit of cloud. Well, very little sun. Mostly showers, not like yesterday. The real rainfall comes into the weekend and into the beginning of next week, just before Christmas. Hooray. Yeah. Rain.
And speaking of Christmas, I know it's such a busy time of year, but look who's joined us this morning.
Oh, this is so great. So happy to be here.
Santa, I know it's such a busy time for you. How's it been going at the North Pole?
Oh, it's going really good this year.
Okay.
We've got a whole thing where we're getting the elves to work in a way that they've never worked before.
Oh.
Like we're putting two elves on one toy so they work together. And it's great to watch them, like, you know, to say this, say that, and what if we hammer more? And it's fantastic.
Getting it done faster.
Yeah. Teamwork.
So glad you could join us.
Dreamwork.
Yes.
Me too.
This is a fun segment now, Santa. It's time for our Santa sidebar.
Oh, I love sidebars.
All right, we kick things off with sisters who are polar opposites when it comes to dressing for the holidays.
I'm ready for Christmas. I'm so ready for Christmas.
Yeah, Mom told them to come in their holiday best. Sister 1 chose a nice knit and skirt, while Sister 2 chose to be a Christmas tree.
With foxes on her feet.
Oh, boy. What do you think, Santa? Who's on the naughty and who's on the nice list?
Well, I think they're probably both on the nice list, but I'm going Christmas tree. I will always go Christmas tree every time because, I mean, who doesn't love a Christmas tree?
Well, that's where you have to put the presents, so you look for the Christmas tree.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
She's in full theme.
She is fully themed.
All right, well, caroling is a beloved holiday tradition that I'm sure Santa loves until this happens.
Tis the season to be jolly. You guys want to stay for dinner?
You joke, but they're going to follow you all day.
This woman's son hired carolers to follow her around for the day. From her office to the drive-thru, even the grocery store. They didn't leave her alone for a single moment.
Oh, that's so good.
That is good. I almost might find this annoying.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
This is so good.
Look at this. Lady's just trying to buy some cookies here.
Tis the season, that's annoying. Oh my gosh, that was good. I might do that to Mrs. Claus. Get the elves.
Good prank.
Get the elves. Just sing all day.
That was good.
Santa, get on your sled and get out of here.
Is it time to go?
Lastly, when it snows at midnight, this is what needs to be done. This couple decided to add a little holiday magic to their neighborhood in the dark of night. They went out and made a life-size snowman with a carrot nose and 2 eyes made out of coal, of course.
That's a big snowman, too.
What do you think of that, Santa?
Well, I just hope it doesn't start singing because that one's big.
That one is big.
That's a giant snowman.
It needs to sing loud for all to hear.
And we need snow to make this happen.
Right.
Now, I'm wondering, on the North Pole, who makes the snowman? Is it the elves or is it you and Mrs. Claus?
Well, the elves will usually do the bottom one because we can get like lots of them to roll. We make giant snowmen in the North Pole because there's a lot of snow. And then Mrs. Claus and I will do the second or third ones, and then the elves do the faces because they're incredibly crafty.
Yeah,
So it's teamwork.
It's always teamwork in the North Pole. It's the only way it works. The only way it works is if everybody pitches in.
And
that's
you
why
prefer
Christmas
snow
is
or rain?
Well, I prefer snow, of course.
Yes.
So I'm going to try and get some elf magic going so that we can get a little bit of snow here.
That would be wonderful.
Do what we can.
So great.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens.
Santa.
Santa's going to stick around with us for the next hour.
Oh,
yes,
fantastic.
Santa. Maybe we'll even get you to do the weather. Weather with Mark.
Yes, yes, please.
Oh, that sounds great.
Have you ever met the Grinch?
I might have bumped into him before.
Okay, well, at this time of year, there are a lot of Grinches to watch out for. They are just waiting to steal Christmas right out from under you. We've got the folks from Crime Stoppers joining us here in studio for tips on home security. That's coming up. Also,
I feel very lucky.
a helping hand from a BC celebrity, why Michael Bublé is in town ahead of the holidays.
I love him.
We do love him, Santa. And also, hey, it's been a flooding nightmare for the folks in Abbotsford, but it appears to be over. We get a clearer look at the damage, though. Stick around. We have your top stories coming up next. Busy times if you're trying to get away on the final weekend before Christmas. We are tracking BC ferry sailings a day after wind forced widespread cancellations. Also, a flooding nightmare appears to be over for Abbotsford. This as we get a clearer view of the damage already done. And the Vancouver Canucks will look to make it 3 wins in a row tonight when they face the New York Islanders. Good morning, everyone. It's Friday, December 19th. Welcome to Your Morning Vancouver. I'm Carrie Adams. Well, today is shaping up to be one of the busiest holiday travel days on the water. With BC ferries warning sailings are filling up quickly. Add in lingering weather concerns, and passengers are being urged to plan ahead and expect delays.
How can we keep our customers, our crew, our vessels safe, and making those decisions kind of dynamically depending on, what the wind, the wave and sea conditions are doing in real time, and making sure that travel only proceeds when it's safe to do so.
BC Ferries Holiday Travel Outlook predicts that today will be busy for most of the day for sailings out of Tsawwassen towards Vancouver Island and the Sunshine Coast. Yesterday's strong winds caused delays and cancellations. And while conditions are improving, Environment Canada says there could still be pockets of unsettled weather that impacts operations. Travelers without reservations are being advised to consider off-peak sailings, check service notices frequently, and pack essentials in case waits stretch longer than expected. Abbotsford residents are breathing a sigh of relief this morning. The city has officially lifted all remaining evacuation alerts triggered by widespread flooding. According to the Emergency Operations Centre, more than 470 evacuation alerts have now been stood down after local conditions improved. This comes after flooding triggered by a week of heavy rainfall damaged homes, farmland, and businesses in the Sumas Prairie.
I'm grateful to share that with conditions improving, we have now lifted the last remaining evacuation alerts for Sumas Prairie.
Today, we are very happy to say that with the levels in both the Sumas River and Nooksack River continuing to decrease, and with the flood warning now over, we are rescinding all remaining evacuation alerts as we move from flood response towards recovery.
The city says it will now shift its focus to recovery efforts and repairing roads and infrastructure. Meanwhile, cleanup is underway at Castle Fun Park near Watcombe Road. The amusement center was also hard hit by major flooding in 2021. At the peak of last week's flood, the facility was surrounded by water, which also seeped into the basement. That's where it caused significant damage to the aptly named underwater mini golf course. Staff hope to have some of the park operational for the week between Christmas and New Year's. An Australian man has been sentenced to prison over the murder of his ex-partner, a BC woman. According to the Australian Broadcast Corporation, Danny Zayat will spend the next 24 years in jail and won't be eligible for parole for 18 years. He had been found guilty of murder in the death of Tatiana Dohatara in 2023. She was from the Surrey area. The judge in the trial said evidence showed Zayat was pathologically jealous after she left him and fixated on preventing her from starting a new relationship with another man. Well, there are growing concerns over the rising flu wave across the country, with new data showing a 7% jump in positive infections week over week. Our Scott Hurst is standing by for us with more on this story. Good morning to you, Scott. In Atlantic Canada, health officials are concerned with the vaccination rate in children. What are you hearing?
Carrie, there is a particular concern right now about a rise in flu cases across many parts of the country. And according to experts, we're seeing a surge earlier this year, already putting a strain on resources, with some emergency departments indicating they're already feeling the pressure of an increase in people needing to see medical attention. The latest Canadian surveillance numbers shows the percentage of positive tests above 20%, up from 13% just the week before. And to put it into more perspective, at this point last year, that number was as low as 3%, with the peak of flu season last year not coming until February. All three maritime provinces are reporting a rise in flu numbers as well, and this has medical experts sounding the alarm about the number of people, particularly children, getting the flu vaccine.
We're seeing less than 10% of the childhood population being vaccinated. That varies a little bit from age group to age group, but every age group is below 10%. So we really would like to see that up a little bit higher. Kids can get quite sick from the flu, and as we've seen in Ontario, there have been unfortunately a few deaths. So we want to prevent that from happening.
Yeah, that is so sad. Scott, emergency rooms are so busy at this time of year. What are some things that families can do to treat minor symptoms?
Carrie, you know this as a parent. No parent likes to see their kids sick or under the weather. It's often heartbreaking, and you can sometimes feel powerless during that moment. Right now, health providers are asking parents to do their best to treat mild symptoms at home so that we're not adding to the already overburdened hospital system. Of course, if symptoms become much more severe, never hesitate to take your kids in for screening. Mild flu symptoms can include a slight fever, cough, aches and pains, chills, tiredness, a headache, a sore throat, or runny or stuffy noses. And of course, with the holiday season upon us, Carrie, the recommendation is to avoid large gatherings if possible. We know we're all looking forward to gather with friends and family this year, but a particular concern for influenza are young kids and senior citizens. And so those are often the people that we're looking to visit this time of year. So the other recommendation for you and your kids, stay home if anyone in your household has any one of those signs and symptoms, in order for us not to continue to spread influenza this time of year.
Yeah, it's hard with the holidays, but good advice. Scott Hurst joining us this morning. Thanks, Scott.
Thanks, Carrie.
Well, shots rang out in Abbotsford in what police are calling an extortion-related shooting. At around 10:30 Wednesday, Abbotsford police responded to reports of gunshots at a business along King Road. When police arrived, they say officers were able to relay the suspect's vehicle description. While responding, Abbey PD says a member from the Lower Mainland Integrated Police Dog Service alerted the gang crime unit officers to a vehicle matching the suspect vehicle, which was traveling eastbound on Highway 1 near Whatcom Road. According to the report, the driver was arrested without incident. Police in Burnaby are asking the public to help identify these three package thieves. The suspects pulled up to a home in South Burnaby in a dark SUV around noon on December 1st. Video from the scene shows two women approaching the door and grabbing large packages from the porch. In a message to suspects, Mountie said, "A good way to get off Santa's naughty list would be to turn yourselves in before our investigators catch up with you." Meanwhile, holiday shoppers in North Vancouver were met with a Grinch yesterday. RCMP say some employees at Capilano Mall were injured after being bear sprayed. The suspect fled the scene. Anyone with information is asked to reach out. Well, nearly 1 year after her father collapsed in his kitchen, a woman and her husband are being awarded for their life-saving actions.
Being able to recognize what's happening, calling 911, being able to be attentive to the instructions are so important. But yeah, CPR for sure saved my dad.
Says she didn't know how to perform CPR until January 27th, 2024, when her dad collapsed in his Surrey home. A 911 dispatcher guided her through the process on speakerphone after her husband called for help. The BC Emergency Health Services gave the couple a Vital Link Award yesterday to thank them for helping save a life through CPR. Well, turning to sports now, the Vancouver Canucks are looking for 3 wins in a row tonight. They will be taking on the New York Islanders. This is the Canucks' 3rd game of a 5-game road trip, and it's been nothing but successful for Vancouver, picking up wins against the New Jersey Devils and the New York Rangers. Puck drop from the Big Apple is at 4 p.m. Well, the Greater Vancouver Food Bank is feeling good after getting some support from a local celebrity.
I feel very lucky that I could come and use my, platform and to be able to share what a wonderful place this is.
Oh, that is Michael Bublé. He stopped by the East Vancouver warehouse yesterday to lend a helping hand. It was all in support of the Food Bank Seniors Program, which helps distribute essential food packs to local seniors. Bublé describes his visit as very emotional, and while it was his first, he insists it won't be his last time. Good on him. And we have someone stepping in front of the weather screen for the first time in a while. The one and only Mark Dreesen. Good morning, Mark. Good to see you there.
Yeah, nice to see me here. Nice to see you guys here, too. I think I should have had some play-on music, like Aerosmith's Back in the Saddle.
Right.
You know?
Or maybe we should have had Michael Bublé himself come and sing for you.
I think he should have had the chair there, too, right? You know, the one he has on The Voice where he just presses the button and turns around.
Exactly. Well, we could have done that for you here this morning. Anyway,
no,
Mark.
If he heard me sing, he wouldn't turn around. Believe me, I'm like, okay.
Well, it's good to have you back, Mark.
Nice to be back, too, and good morning. Yeah, it's still going to be a cloudy, rainy day sometimes, but we're seeing a little bit of clearing right now in the cloud as we go out to, yeah, there we go. Here goes my clicker is, there it is right now. Thought I had you fixed. Right now, we got some cloud. It's 3 degrees at the moment, and the wind is a little bit west. But there is more rain coming. On our weather tracker, you'll see it comes in probably around 10:30 this morning, and there's a chance of maybe more showers throughout the day. We get into the evening, and then we could see some showers, maybe even some rain mixed with snow at times, or some wet flurries up along the upper levels. And then tomorrow, that rain does come back off and on in the form of showers, and it's going to be another very wet day on Sunday as well, too. So we're not done yet. So here's your day ahead. Looking at some sun this morning. We'll see some sunny breaks even into the early afternoon, and then by evening, the showers will return as well. So as I mentioned, Carrie, there's no warnings today, no rain warnings or wind warnings or anything like that for Metro Vancouver, but we do have a snowfall warning to talk about, and I'll have that to you coming up in my next report.
Good. And you know what? I hear that Santa's itching to try out the green screen.
He is. I'm the one who has to say, calm down, Santa.
So he might be arm wrestling you to get in there.
Right.
Okay. Well, we'll check back in with you. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
All right. Well, it has been a big year for Taylor Swift fans, and now they are getting an early present.
The show was what gave me purpose and was what I could use to get me out of bed.
Well, have you been following her docu-series? Swift says the final episodes are now coming a bit early. This as there's some reaction pouring into some of the big moments in that docu-series so far. We'll have that still to come. And there are a lot of Grinches to look out for at this time of year. Up next, the folks from Crime Stoppers are joining us in studio with tips for keeping your belongings safe at this time of year. Stay with us. It's the most wonderful time of the year, but the holidays are a great time for criminals as well. With so many of us distracted by the holiday rush, Crime Stoppers is here to make sure you can do what you can to make sure a Grinch doesn't steal your Christmas. For more, let's bring in the Executive Director of Metro Vancouver Crime Stoppers, Linda Annis. Good morning, Linda. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me on.
This is a tricky time of year. We know that there's a lot of Grinches out there. Porch pirates are one of the top nuisances, I would say, right there now, because a lot of people are getting deliveries to their door. They're getting Christmas gifts delivered. What is your advice for people right now?
Well, so many of us have started to shop online, particularly since COVID, right? And we're getting these deliveries. We're busy with our Christmas festivities and not paying attention. What I highly recommend is get someone to either pick up your parcels if you're not going to be home, or even better, get them delivered to your place of work or somewhere where you know someone's going to be home. Because oftentimes, as those Amazon trucks are going around or whatever delivery trucks, there's people following them and they grab the parcels and they're gone before you even know it.
And they just look like regular people who are going up to the door, and the next thing you know, they're walking away with a package. So, yeah, got to be careful there.
And some are getting so creative that they're actually leaving empty boxes there in place of yours.
Oh, yikes. So you think you're getting your package and it's safe, but you're getting an empty box. Let's talk about a security system. I mean, doorbell cameras might be a deterrent for people stealing packages. Again, a security system would do the same. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think it's really important if you have a security system, make sure it's on. And if you have cameras, some of the cities you can register your cameras. And Surrey specifically, if you have cameras, you can register your cameras through Project Iris, which is great, so that if you are an unfortunate person that gets your home broken into, or if somebody in your neighborhood gets their home broken into, the police can call you because they know where the cameras are and ask if they can get your footage. It just helps them identify the suspects that much more quickly.
And if people are going shopping, they might go to the mall. It's dark out. So Crime Stoppers is suggesting that people really look for well-lit areas to park.
Well-lit areas, and make sure that you don't put your parcels in your back seat. It's so easy. You're buying all sorts of stuff and you throw it in the back seat and you come back and they're gone.
If you do buy things for Christmas or you receive gifts, you get the empty boxes that might say, you know, big screen TV or laptop. So Crime Stoppers is actually advising people not to put those out, to keep them out of sight.
Absolutely, because it's an open invitation. You know, thieves know that you got that big TV that they were looking for, or whatever the item might be. But take the time to cut up the cardboard and put it into your recycle so it can't be seen as on garbage day.
Something, then keep it out of sight so it's not visible. I know a lot of people are looking for deals right now. They go to Facebook Marketplace. Crime Stoppers is actually urging people to take precautions using those sites. Why is that?
Well, if it looks too good to be true, if the price is so cheap, it's probably isn't legit. And there's so many online scammers. So as you're going to buy things, make sure that it is a legitimate site that you're buying from. Check the IP address. And when you go to check out, check it again to make sure, because not only are you maybe getting scammed by not getting your goods that you want, but somebody may have your credit card as well.
Yikes. We know there's all sorts of Grinches out there that are looking to steal Christmas. And I think that we have one right here in the studio right now. Oh, yeah, Grinch. The Grinch has arrived. These are the kind of, well, we kind of like this Grinch, but he's always sneaking around, isn't he? This is the actual Grinch.
Well, and God knows what, we better check the studio afterwards and make sure he hasn't taken anything.
Sneaking around. I don't know if you know this, Grinch, but we actually have Santa here. Santa is actually in studio today, so you better watch out.
What are you doing? No! You can't be taking presents! No!
Oh.
Get out! I don't believe
Maybe
this.
Santa can get the Grinch's heart to grow 2 sizes too big.
You can do it.
Linda Adams from Crime Stoppers, thanks for joining us. Thanks, Santa, for helping out with the Grinch. Stick around, we're back in a moment.
Ho, ho, ho! Fantastic. Come on. Come on.
All right, let's welcome in this week's Your Morning Vancouver weather star, almost 11-year-old Luke. Hi, Luke.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
Good. Made the soggy trip all the way in from North Van, right?
Yep.
That's okay. That's why I like Luke, because we're in the same hood anyway, too. How's everything going?
Good.
Good. Yep. Absolutely. Now, your birthday is after Christmas or before Christmas?
After.
Just after Christmas. Okay. You still get extra presents though? Just.
Yep.
That's good. That's good. That's good. So, what's your favorite subject of school?
PE.
You like PE?
Yeah.
Yeah. Get you outside, active, playing.
Yeah.
Inside. Yeah. That's kind of cool. And what sort of sports do you play?
Hockey.
Okay. And what's your favorite position?
No, I just play normal hockey.
Whatever they want to put you at? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Big Canucks fan, too, I understand,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, okay. What do you think of the trade?
What?
What did you think of the trade?
I don't know. Not good.
We'll see what happens, right? Absolutely. We'll see what happens. Okay. Do you want to give a shout out to anybody of your friends or
No.
teachers at school? No? No. Okay. Yes. Sorry, guys, you're missing it. But anyway, listen, Luke, we're going to get you the weather, so take it away.
Okay. Another wet day today. Remember your umbrellas.
All right. There you go. Showers, 7 degrees. What can you say? We've been saying the same thing for about 2 or 3 weeks, so it's kind of easy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So thanks again for coming in to be our weather star today, Luke. We'll look forward to hearing you give the forecast with our friends Nat and Drew on Move 103.5 later this morning. Thanks, buddy.
Okay.
All right, and your child could become the next Your Morning Vancouver weather star and deliver the weather forecast on air. Enter online at ctvvancouver.ca or scan the QR code right now on your screen. Well, the Millionaire Lottery is back. Your tickets support specialized adult health care and research at VGH and UBC Hospital Foundation. They depend on people like you to help fund the latest equipment and life-saving research through the Millionaire Lottery. Early Bird is worth over $227,000. You can choose from a Corvette Stingray and a Hyundai Santa Fe, or how about a private jet experience plus $25,000 cash or $150,000 cash, plus 40 winners for $1,000 and 20 winners for $500. The Millionaire Lottery early bird deadline is midnight tonight. It is 8:24. Let's check our weather again. We told you that there is no rainfall warnings out for Metro Vancouver this morning or the wind warning. However, there is a snowfall warning out for the Coquihalla, and that is between Hope and Merritt. You're going to get anywhere from 15 to maybe 30 centimeters of snow. 10 to 20 coming tonight, an additional 10 to 15 coming by tomorrow. For our almanac today we'll reach a high of about 7 degrees, so average is around 6, and last year we were a little bit above that, up to about 10 degrees, well from our record at 12 set back in 1995, although we were setting some records earlier this week, and then sundown tonight at about 4:15. So here's your day across the South Coast today. You will see some rain up in Port Hardy, also showers through Campbell River and through Comox, some pretty steady rain. We've got rain and showers as well out at Tofino, Ucluelet. Port Alberni will see some showers. You will see showers, but maybe a couple of sunny breaks in through Nanaimo and also down in Victoria today. The Sunshine Coast, it looks like showers off and on, 5 in Powell River, 7 in Sechelt. Up in Whistler and Squamish, maybe some sunny breaks too. It'll be 1 below in Whistler and then 4 degrees in Squamish today, but some showers coming later this afternoon. And then here for Metro Vancouver, like I said, we were seeing partly cloudy skies and some sunny breaks this morning, and then it'll cloud up into the afternoon. 7 in Vancouver and Tsawwassen. It gets a little cooler out in the valley at about 5 or 6 by the time you get out to Coquitlam. So here's our 5-day forecast. We're looking at maybe some more showers on Saturday. Sunday, we're looking at rain, and Monday, we're looking at rain. Santa! All right. I let you crash my weather. Anybody else, I wouldn't do that.
You're very kind.
I know. Well, listen, step over here because I wanted to show you this forecast. We've got to actually Christmas forecast.
Over here. Yeah, good.
Yeah. So take a look at that, and then we'll show you what's going to happen. So December 24th, it's going to be a little wet here for you in Vancouver.
3 drops.
And then, I wish it was just 3 drops. Multiply that by 100, then you probably got it.
Okay, close.
And then on the Christmas Day, and looks like Boxing Day, we've got showers off and on as well, too. Temperatures will stay around 6-4 degrees. So is that okay for you, like that forecast?
We're going to get the elves involved, and we're just going to make it snow. It's going to be snow.
You can't. Oh, you're promising us a white Christmas?
Snow!
Oh, wow.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
If I say that, will I get back on the nice list, or am I still on the naughty list?
You are on the super nice list this year.
Oh, thanks, Santa. All right.
Beautiful.
He made my day, Carrie.
Well, we want to have a good forecast for Christmas Eve for Santa and his reindeer.
As Santa's learning with me, you get what you got.
Right, okay. Well, you're both a gift. Thank you so much. Okay, well, Taylor Swift is giving her fans an early Christmas present. The superstar announcing that final episodes of her 6-part docuseries will be released on December 23rd, 3 days earlier than expected. ABC's Sam Champion has more on the biggest moments of the series so far.
Taylor Swift fans in a frenzy after episodes 3 and 4 of her End of an Era docuseries dropped overnight.
Oh my God, I can't. What is happening? What is this life?
Taylor sharing that her show became an anchor for her fans and for herself.
My personal life was hard. I went through 2 breakups on the first half of this tour, and that's a lot of breakups, actually. The show was what gave me purpose and was what I could use to get me out of bed. That was the loudest it ever got on the Eras tour.
In the series, Taylor saying that the whole moment started as a joke.
I can't remember how it came up. I think we were just joking around about like him doing it, like him going up there with Cam. And it became very clear that he like wasn't joking. And I was like, oh wait, no, you would do that?
Fans getting an all-access look on how their love story all began.
I've been very non-athlete, because I'm not one, and I've always just been like, well, what would we talk about? And so you call me up like with this tone of like, hey, so I know you're gonna not react well to this, but there's a guy.
He's really cute.
You said something to the effect of, like, you gotta start doing something different.
It's a love story she thought she'd never find.
Does that sound like I'm gonna die?
Feeling like I'm not a person, I'm just this, like, big conglomerate that no one sees as a real human being, and, like, especially not men that I date. And in the whole process, just being like, but nothing works. There's no one for me in the world.
First of all, if you ever would have told me that like the most meaningful relationship I would ever have would start with a man saying that he was butthurt, that I didn't want to meet him, like, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Well, it's kind of a little bit of a love story then. We get a little behind the scenes on their love story.
Yeah, I have goosebumps.
You've been watching the series, obviously.
I haven't watched these 2 episodes. These ones just came out today.
I know, but you've watched other ones.
The first 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mona, a resident Swiftie.
You know what's really fun is that we obviously as a fan we've been watching these things play out in the public eye, but with this docuseries it's different because we're getting her perspective of things,
right?
Which she is a very private person, so we just see her as the persona Taylor Swift, but in this documentary we're really meeting Taylor.
Yeah, she's just a conglomerate to a lot of people, including people she dates, as we learned.
But there's a glimpse behind the person and the artist there who's doing that too. My wife started watching that.
I know.
He's becoming a Swiftie.
Says Caroline.
From the docuseries.
From the docuseries, yeah.
Welcome, join us. Join us. We're always taking
Let's
you out.
go to the Eras tour.
Oh wait, it's over.
Yeah, I might get around to watching it. I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I don't know.
Yeah,
Keep it posted.
It's good. It's good.
I don't know. I'm not sure. All right, here's the view of the Okanagan. Oh, that is a gorgeous, gorgeous view out there. Blue sky, looking lovely there. Here now is a look at your top stories. Good morning, everyone. Holiday travel is ramping up on the water this morning, with BC Ferries warning that this is one of the busiest days of the season. High demand and lingering weather concerns mean that travelers are being told to plan for possible delays.
See some thunderstorms through the overnight hours as well, which would be a little bit of a disruption for people, but definitely a change from what we have been experiencing.
BC Ferries travel outlook shows today marked as busy for most sailings between the Lower Mainland and Vancouver Island, with limited space expected on standby. While winds that disrupted service yesterday are easing, weather remains a factor that crews are watching. Travelers are being encouraged to check sailing availability online, arrive early, and be ready for possible delays as thousands head out for the holidays. To Ottawa now, Prime Minister Mark Carney says Canada will enter into formal discussions with the U.S. in January to review their free trade agreement. A statement from the Prime Minister's office says Internal Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc will meet with his American counterparts to discuss the Canada-U.S.-Mexico trade deal, also known as CUSMA. Carney has said he sees tremendous benefits for Canada and the U.S. if they work cooperatively in key economic sectors. Well, popular social media app TikTok has signed a deal to sell its U.S. assets to a group of American investors. The deal would see Oracle, Silver Lake, and MGX form a new TikTok U.S. joint venture with ByteDance. The deal is expected to close on January 22nd. It will also be subject to terms that protect Americans' data and U.S. national security. The move brings TikTok one step closer to securing its long-term future in the United States. The Australian man being hailed as a hero for disarming an attacker in the horrific Bondi Beach shooting rampage is getting a big reward.
I came here with news of people around the world, 43,000 people.
Thank you very much.
They raised you $2.5 million.
Deserve it?
Every penny.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
If you could say one thing to the people that donated, what would you tell them?
Stand to each other, all a human being.
Ahmed Al-Ahmed hid behind parked cars before charging at one of the gunmen from behind, seizing his weapon and knocking him to the ground. He suffered gunshot wounds in the process. Yesterday, Bondi Beach reopened for the first time since the attack as a crowd gathered at sunrise to pay tribute. Well, a Navy sailor is now back at work after falling overboard during a storm off southern Vancouver Island.
I knew that I'd either get found or it wasn't my problem anymore.
Sailor First Class Matt Blades was at the center of an exhaustive search last week after a freak wave hit his vessel, tossing him into the stormy seas. He says more than a dozen boats passed him, but nobody could hear his cries for help. After more than 2.5 hours in the frigid water, Blades began to hear the sounds of a helicopter that had joined the search, and it wasn't long before he was spotted.
As soon as that flare went down, I just started sending kisses up to the helicopter. I was just like, hell yeah, like, good work, boys.
He was taken to hospital by a waiting ambulance where he was checked over. He says he couldn't be more grateful to all those that helped save his life. Well, if you haven't mailed out your Christmas cards already, you might be too late. According to Canada Post, letters sent through regular mail and to local destinations must be put in the mail today to arrive in time for Christmas. If they're headed to regional or national locations, it is too late. As for packages, it's also the last day to send them locally, but you can still pay for priority shipping to get it there in time up until the 23rd. Shoplifters dressed as Santa and his elves were captured on camera stealing groceries, but they're claiming their intentions were noble.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock.
Police are investigating a group called Robins of the Alleys. This after $3,000 worth of food was stolen from a Montreal grocery store and left under a Christmas tree in a public square. The group claims the criminal act is a political call to action, denouncing grocery chains that profit off inflation. We all have a favorite holiday movie, but for one man, his holds a special meaning.
When your kids, like, Christmas is the ultimate, moment in your life.
Still to come, why a Vancouver Island man added music to a movie for a very unique gift. And we're getting festive in the kitchen. Coming up, some tips on preparing a classic holiday dessert. Stick around.
Oh, good morning. I'm just sitting in this closet that I wish was my own, of course, daydreaming about what it would be like to own this beautiful South Surrey home out here in the Crescent Park neighborhood. It is one of several grand prize homes in this year's VGH Plus Millionaire Lottery. And here to tell us all about it is spokesperson Todd Talbot. Good morning.
Good morning. Magically appeared up here in this gorgeous house.
I love it. So all morning we've been exploring this lovely home. Tell us a little bit about the specs. What makes this such a great prize?
So the home is spectacular, obviously, but you also get a BMW X5 and $225,000 tax-free cash. There's a few other things get thrown in because all of the grand prize options are worth over $3.3 million. And uniquely this year, the grand prize cash is $3 million tax-free. So it's bigger than it has ever been before.
It's pretty incredible. And all of this goes towards supporting such an important cause to all of British Columbia.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about the VGH Plus Hospital Foundation.
So the funds raised, and last year we raised over $7.8 million for the VGH and UBC Hospital Foundation, which supports the hospital for life-saving research and care for all British Columbians. People come from all over the province to use the technology and the staff that are at the hospital here in Vancouver. So it's a fantastic, we joke about it's a win-win, but it really is. You're supporting the foundation and you're also giving yourself a chance to win a fantastic prize.
Absolutely. Todd, I couldn't have asked for a better morning than to be here with you in a multi-million-dollar home in South Surrey.
I agree.
So thank you so much for having us. And there's nothing else really for us to tell you. The early bird bonus deadline is tonight for the VGH Plus Millionaire Lottery. That gets you in to win not just the grand prize, but so many more prize options. So what are you waiting for? Head online right now and buy that ticket.
All right, thanks, Mona. We got a pretty good morning starting here on the south coast of BC, but the rest of the province is still going to be a little bit cold, even right now. We're on the plus side of things here in Vancouver, also on the outer coast of the island at Port Hardy at 3 at 2. One below up in Prince Rupert, and look how cold it still is in toward the central interior. Minus 19 in Prince George right now. On the plus side in Kelowna at about 3, and just one below out towards Cranbrook. We do have another system sort of churning out there. It will push in the showers, and by the time it runs into that cold air where you'll see some snowfall warning out for the Coquihalla between Hope and Merritt. And as we get into the weekend, the showers will start to increase a little bit, so early on Sunday morning. And we could also see some wet flurries at some of the higher levels, too. Your forecast highs today will get up to minus 22 in Fort St. John. Prince George will be a chilly minus 18. A little bit milder out towards Masset up in Prince Rupert, 4 below in Bella Coola, and 3 and 4 for Kamloops and Kelowna. Here's your day across the south coast. Look for showers in 5 in Port Hardy, 6 and 7 along the inner coast, and then, 6 and 8 as well. 8 in Kelowna. We're looking at showers for Tofino. I'll quickly move along here. We've got some snow maybe up in Whistler, showers up in Squamish. The Sunshine Coast will be a 6 and 5, and here's your 5-day, here's your lower mainland. 6, 7 degrees. We'll see some showers a little bit later on. Quick look at the 5-day. Got more showers coming for tomorrow. Sunday, look at periods of rain, Monday, and also Tuesday as well. Let's go over to Carrie.
All right, thanks, Mark. Well, the holiday season is a perfect time to slow down, get cozy at home, and indulge in a few sweet traditions. Getting festive in the kitchen with some holiday baking is a simple way to bring joy. Joining us now to show us how to make a classic holiday treat is pastry chef Elena Krasanova from Mon Paris Patisserie. Good morning, Elena. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
And thank you for bringing in all these beautiful treats. I mean, absolutely lovely. We're focusing on the Yule log today.
Yeah.
This is such a classic tradition, and I know you brought in this one here. It's absolutely stunning.
Yeah, this is one of our selections this year.
Absolutely gorgeous. What is the tradition behind a Yule log?
It's actually very interesting because it comes to us from pagan times when people in northern Europe used to burn big logs for winter solstice, which is the December 21st, so not Christmas, December 21st. And they would put the holy water on the log and burn it and wish for the good crop next year.
Oh.
And then later on, when people moved into the cities and they didn't have a big chimneys and they started to use the stoves, it's actually in France in 1830s when the chef came out with the idea to make a dessert in the shape of the log.
Okay.
And then it's actually was really popular starting after the Second World War. That's when people started to buy and produce it everywhere in France and then in Europe and then everywhere.
Such a beautiful classic dessert. Okay, so you're going to give us the tricks behind making this. Even you have them at your store, but let's talk about this. This is the log that
this is a log
made out of?
Yeah, so this particular log made from a chocolate mousse, and inside we have white chocolate with some dark chocolate crumbles and a chocolate biscuit.
It looks great,
and you can see here on the cut. On the morning of 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, that's when we sell our logs in our shop for the Christmas. We come and we glaze it. So this is a glaze. So this is mainly contains from sugar, chocolate, cocoa powder. So this is dark chocolate glaze.
I'm having a hard time getting my gloves on here.
And it's heated to the room temperature.
And so how do you
so nice and shiny?
Right, do you pour it right on the log?
Yeah. So you're gonna take it and you're gonna go like
all the way around it.
All the way around it, and make sure you cover everything.
Oh, I better do this right then. And so why do you sell them only during that time? Is it because this is when the high demand is for the
mainly people very familiar here, so make sure you put
more. Get the ends. Oh my goodness, okay. We're getting the end over here.
Yeah.
Okay, you have this.
And so normally we take pre-orders now on our website, montparis.ca, and then people pick up mainly on 23rd and 24th.
Oh, there we go. Got all the chocolate. And how do you decorate with lots of different little
So we
treats?
have decoration here for our log. So every year we come out with 3 different. So let me.
Okay.
Hold on.
We're almost out of time here. Okay. So. She wants to take it off the rack first. Okay.
So I'm good. So and then you can decorate. So you put the flowers, you put chocolate decoration on top here.
Okay, you got the ends, and I can do this now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, mine's sliding.
So pressing a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Just make it look pretty.
That's absolutely beautiful. And you have 2 locations now.
Yeah.
You have one in Burnaby.
Yeah, we have one in Burnaby by Metrotown and one in Olympic Village, which we just opened this year.
We're going to bring in Santa because Santa loves a good Yule log.
Oh my
Santa.
gosh.
Have you ever had anyone leave you a Yule log?
This is so pretty.
It's so beautiful. Has anyone ever left you a Yule log when you come down the chimney?
Not
this
yet.
morning?
I usually get cookies or carrots, but if anyone wants to get me one of these, I would love a Yule log.
Would you be able to finish it by the time you had to head off?
I'm highly skilled at eating chocolate, so yes, I could eat that immediately.
Looks absolutely gorgeous.
So great.
Elena, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and good luck selling the Yule logs, and congratulations on your second location. Happy holidays. Thank you so much for joining us.
Ho, ho, ho. This looks amazing.
Yule log time. Stick around, everyone. We're back in a moment. So good. Welcome back, everyone. We're once again joined by our special visitor, Santa Claus. So good to see you. I'm curious to know, on Christmas morning, what is your favorite thing to have? And we talked about the Yule log. What's your favorite? What's your favorite treat?
Well, it's now become Yule log. I'm going to have a Yule log omelet.
Oh,
attaboy.
Okay. I dare someone to do that.
Now, I'm really curious, Santa, with NORAD and everything going on, how do you know exactly what time you're going to arrive at people's doorsteps?
Good question.
Well, I don't like to talk about this too much, but there is some time machine stuff involved where we can rewind time, because otherwise it's impossible to do 8 billion houses in 24 hours.
Because of Santa's magic.
Yeah, that's right. Can I go full-scale Will Ferrell elf on you?
You can, of course you can.
Okay.
That was really good.
There you go.
That's a great Will Ferrell.
I just want to know if you can help the Whitecaps next year win the MLS Cup.
Oh, we are going over the top next year.
We came so close. Can you give the Caps a little, lump of coal to the Eastern teams?
Yeah, totally. In all their shoes, lumps of coals. When they kick the ball, it's going to hurt them.
Yeah.
Nice. What do most people ask for Christmas?
Seems like a lot of Lego and a lot of Barbie, but personally, I want the video for K-pop Demon Hunters.
Okay.
I want to go up.
I want to know what the elves put under your tree. Who puts a gift under your tree?
You're throwing some good luck for the BC Lions, too, for
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yes.
All right. Guaranteed.
Everyone in BC plays.
There you go.
The cup's going to be gray, but Christmas is going to be white.
Okay. Okay, we'll keep an eye out for that. Well, a Northern Ontario baby is showing it's never too early to get into the holiday spirit. She joined her mom in the Christmas choir and is winning over fans around the world. Here's Madison Merrier.
Bernard Lafontaine posted a video for friends and family, and over 6 million views later, she's getting calls from around the world.
Sweden, Italy, there's liaisons from the USA that are working with People Magazine and USA Today. And Brazil has been really, really big because Senna is named after Ayrton Senna.
Little Senna appears to be singing along as the choir performs, and her mother is not surprised as music is a big part of her family's life.
Both my husband and I are very musically inclined, and so are her grandparents and her great-grandparents. So I think probably just from the womb, always hearing music and just being the happy baby that she is, I think music will run in her blood.
Lafontaine said she posted a video of the choir's performance as a preview to their big show.
We go to choir practice together, and she loves it. We bring her little play mat, and she'll just be babbling and cooing. And she loves choir.
She only noticed Senna cooing after the song was finished, and when Lafontaine watched the video, she thought it was a great reflection of her happy baby.
The video that you're seeing is just literally how she is on a day-to-day basis. We're blessed with a very happy baby.
Lafontaine hopes the video brings people some Christmas cheer and inspires new parents to continue going out and doing the things they love.
I hope that this inspires also some parents that are on maternity leave or that are home with their child to just go out there and do things, and that the community does support bringing your child and not to be afraid and stay home.
Madison Merrier, CTV News, Sudbury.
Aw, great story.
Definitely don't be scared to go out. We want to see your cute baby.
No kidding. A very happy baby. And when kids come to see you at the mall, I'm wondering, what's your trick for making children not be scared of you?
Well, it is a trick because sometimes I've had 5 weeks old. 5 weeks old, yeah. Wow. And you just have to hold them because everyone is the most important being in the universe. So you have to hold the baby like they are the most important thing in the universe. And it usually works.
Usually works.
Usually.
Once in a while.
Once in a while.
Yeah.
I bet you're great. Well, for kids, Christmas can feel like the best day of the year. And for families, it's a chance to come together and make some lasting memories. Adam meets one Vancouver Island musician who is turning those moments into music for a gift designed to take his mom back in time. On this morning Sawaki sign off.
As he looks back on his Christmas past, Sean Wilson will never forget being a boy in a blue bathrobe bouncing off the walls.
When you're kids, like Christmas is the ultimate, moment in your life.
Because along with the gifts you unwrap enthusiastically,
there's the red bike.
And the others you open politely.
Underwear and socks.
There just might be that one present that makes your dreams come true.
It was a huge Christmas because I always wanted a guitar.
This first guitar that inspired Sean to grow up to be a professional musician, and decades later, on his latest guitar, write a seasonal song effortlessly.
It just showed up, yeah.
A musical gift.
I guess.
It unwrapped itself.
It kind of did.
We'll be tearing and ripping and laughing and grinning. I do believe this one's for you. It's Christmas Day.
A song with lyrics inspired by so many happy Christmas memories, thanks to so many loving family members, particularly his mom.
I love my mother dearly, and seeing her then when she was young, it's kind of a bittersweet thing.
And because the now 90-year-old's memory is not what it was, Sean gifted her this song set to their old movies as a reminder of the great mom she's always been.
So she was pretty surprised. She loved it.
And when you see how you inspired smiles on the faces of people now grown and others now past, your eyes can't help but fill with gratitude.
It's hard to keep a dry eye reminiscing about family and, those days gone by.
And after seeing how quickly the present becomes the past, his father and grandfather is committed to making his family's memories in the future equally meaningful.
But I think when you have moments where you can pull it all together and everybody's in the same room and having a good time, I think that's the best time of the year for anybody.
Adam Sawatsky, CTV News, Langford.
Oh, what a beautiful gift for a family. Yeah. Lovely.
I'm surprised that when those boys came into the Christmas room, they were actually walking. My brother and I used to go stampeding in the living room afterwards. Yeah.
Have you ever had someone sneak a peek as you're putting presents under the tree?
Oh, they try.
Oh, they do?
Oh, yeah, and I got to go up the chimney so fast. All they see is the smoke.
No time for the milk and cookies?
That's right.
Sometimes, there's always time for the milk and cookies.
Oh, yeah. Get them to go.
It's a double move.
I just want to make sure, because it rains a lot here, obviously I know that your sleigh is equipped for snow, but it's also equipped for rain, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the elves have it so that it can like hydroplane on water.
Good,
there you go.
Good. Winter tires.
Very important. Winter tires.
Well, I know it's going to be a very busy next week for you. Less than a week. Less than a week.
You're here with us.
I know. Well, Miss Claus she's working hard with the elves, and basically she runs the show.
That figures.
That's right. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we know that.
Very typical.
You're the front man. That's good.
I'm the front man. There you go. The front man.
She heard the elves doing all the work. Well,
yeah, they're the battery.
Isn't that just
Mrs.
Claus, the unsung hero?
This has been such a fun show. I don't want it to end.
Yeah, we're almost out of time. Santa, thanks for being with us. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to you, and you.
Thank you, Santa.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays. Ho, ho.